Ayo. Anyone there yet? Probably not. Give it a bit. Hey, sup, Laura Ikoko? Joe, cool name. Tech Muse. Llama Pants, Soul Binku, Badger Dagger. Oh my god, so many people! Cletton, Altenor, Elusive. Hey everybody. How y'all doing? No, this wasn't expected. But I was getting a lot of comments on the Sonic Colors videos, and I think there's actually more to talk about. So I figured what we'll do here is I have video recorded of a playthrough of Sonic Colors, so I'm just going to throw that on in the background, and we're going to kind of talk more about Sonic Colors as I play through the game, because there's more stuff to talk about with that, and some points I want to address, because it's difficult having discussions in the comments, because it's not a very good format. Here we can actually talk a little bit more directly, because I was very positive about Colors, and a lot of people don't like it, and it's weird having backlash, but for being positive, and then you get a bunch of people saying, "You're wrong, negative, this game sucks, it's terrible, blah blah." And I feel like it's warranting some more interaction. So we'll see how that goes. You'd be interested in my thoughts on Sonic Colors Re-Rainbow? It looks cool when it comes out. I'll probably take a look at it. I don't necessarily want to buy Sonic Colors Ultimate, but we'll see. This is a first for me, huh? First for what? Like me getting backlash for being positive? That's definitely a first for me. But it should be interesting. Not just responding to the comments, but also just other things about Colors that I want to talk about. Yeah, positive backlash, weird. And then, yeah, I haven't played Forces Overclocked. I started it, and I was recording it to do potentially a video with it in the future, or maybe run the footage here on the stream or something. But then I was thinking, you know what? People would probably rather see my first reactions to everything. Because as I was going through it, I was like, I have things to say. I think people would rather see my thoughts as they come up. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I know, Laura Ikoko. It's just whatever the narrative is, if you go against the narrative, then you are exiled. It's very weird. How surprised was I about the negative reaction to the Colors opinion? Not hugely surprised, considering the the growing negativity around Colors. But I'll be honest, some of those arguments I am seeing, I don't know what people are talking about. I just don't understand. It's like we're talking about a different game. You're too lazy to install it, Guido R? It's really easy to install. All you need is the ISO of the game, and then you download the Sonic Colors DX, and you put the ISO in the folder, and that's pretty much it. And then you launch the game, and you do a quick configuration, and you're good to go. And actually, what we're going to be doing here, I'm not going to be playing through full Colors. It's going to be Colors DX, because I want to show off what the game is like when you play, closer to how it was originally intended and how much better it works. Because I think a lot of people's issues with Colors go away when you play the originally intended version. Oh yeah, no, the story being one of the reasons people don't like Colors, that's totally warranted, of course. Although I do think there are some things about Colors' story that are neat that I'll talk about in the story video. Is it possible that you didn't like Colors because you played Ultimate? Probably not. From what I've seen, Ultimate is just a little worse than the original game, but I don't think it's like game ruining. I already got Overclocked working, Mikester. Thanks for that, though, if anything happens. We'll see. I already tried a bit of it. I played, like, the first, like, 4 levels or something like that. But we're gonna start over for the stream later on. Yeah, Gesekai. That's definitely correct. Although, not just the dialogue, the plotting in Sonic Colors is also pretty terrible. Alright, we got a lot of people in here, so let's get started. So this is all pre-recorded footage I'm not actually playing right now, and this is Colors DX. You don't think I'll like Overclocked? To be honest, I wasn't in love with it, what I was playing so far. And that's kind of why I wanted to stream it, to, like, while I'm playing it, kind of explain what I'm feeling and what I think is a little weak and what's not really working so well. And also talk about what I think it does do well at the same time. You know, try to be fair about it. So here's something about Colors that I wanted to... Oh yeah, by the way, before we get into things, how's the audio? How's the balance between the game and me speaking? Be honest, because last stream people were like, it's fine, and then I went back and listened to it, and the game was way too loud. Perfect homing attack in Colors to me, I don't like, because it messes with the balance of, the audio, or the balance of the... I'm thinking about the audio. Balance of the boost meter. Okay, it's perfect. Alright, I'm trusting y'all on this. So here's an interesting thing about Sonic Colors I realized while playing that I didn't mention in the video. This game, the levels, design-wise, are kind of, like, reminiscent of the level design of the zones from Unleashed, if you look at it. Like, Tropical Resort here is not too dissimilar from Windmill Isle. If you think about what we just played through, you have that opening 3D section. Game is a little too loud, you say? Okay, I'll lower it a little bit more. So you have that opening 3D section, then the 2D section, and then you have that rail grinding section of 3 rails that you sidestep across, and then there's that little flat land, and then 3 more rails to sidestep across, and then this is the continuation of that level. This is the second half of that level. And there are multiple zones like this, levels like this in Sonic Colors that you see that, like, that's like a Sonic Unleashed level, which is interesting. That, like, this game was kind of trying to be like a companion to Sonic Unleashed in a way. Merry Christmas to you as well, Lord Peeps. And everyone in chat, happy holidays. Have I seen the Generations Colors project? Yeah, I've seen it. Seems cool. So that's the first act of Colors proper. And this is a really cool feature about Colors DX. The load times are reduced dramatically. Oh, you gotta make a save file after the first couple levels. But you pick a level and then watch how quickly we get into gameplay. Boom, look at that. That's amazing. That is so cool. It improves the pacing dramatically. Just like how simplified it was compared to Unleashed. I mean, Unleashed is a pretty simple game, too. What's Forces Overclocked? A total conversion mod for Sonic Forces that's kind of acting like a sequel to it, complete with story and cutscenes and voice acting and everything. We'll check it out later. Yeah, Highlight. I didn't know that about Egg Shuttle. That's pretty cool that your boost carries over. That adds even extra depth to the, you know, planning out and thinking about how you want to use your boost and everything. What the difference is between original intended level order and substantial acts only, I'll show you when we get through this level. The difference is that in substantial acts only, you only play the original game. In the original intended level order, they just put all those levels at the beginning of the zone, and then you play the smaller side levels after the main levels. Whereas this just skips those. Do these 2D sections look like they have bad pacing? That was pretty fast. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah, Unleashed is harder, but in some ways, I would actually argue that it's simpler than Colors because Unleashed is pure, like, QTE gameplay. So this is how it works with the substantial acts only. You still have to go through the menuing and everything, and it just immediately completes the level for you, which is a little inelegant and ugly, but it's worth it. Oh, you're joking, Lord Peeps? Your least favorite Sonic game, Ashley? I mean, you know, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion, but I don't get it. I think this game is really fun. Okay, the bosses in this game are so terrible. This one especially. Because the boss is over. Completed in 10 seconds. And then there's this weird thing in this game where you just sit here and just, like, rings explode out of the boss. And what is the point of this? I don't know. Okay, Chris Delgado, sure. But how often do you use the drift outside of drift-intended sections anyway in Unleashed and Generations? Is it really that big of a deal? I don't think so. Alright, Sweet Mountain, best zone in the game, in my opinion. So much cool potential. And Sweet Mountain, if you look at its layouts, very similar to Mazurai, Savannah Citadel, from Sonic Unleashed. Certain sections of it are very reminiscent, as we'll see. Anything from the western side of Sonic that I'd like to see brought in? Honestly, not really. That's how I pronounce Mazurai? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh yeah, look at this terrible slow 2D section. Look at how you can skip over most of it if you know what you're doing. It's like it's a Sonic game or something. And here I'm trying to get the Wisp capsule and I screw up there. I could have actually done that faster, but I messed up. Do I time attack colors? Yeah, I do. This is like kind of a full game speed run, technically. It's just me trying to play through the game, and I'm just playing fast because that's how I play. See, this is what I'm talking about, this 2D section. Was that a terrible 2D section? I don't think so. That felt perfectly in line with the other Boost games to me. I thought the level design there was good and fun, and what was the problem? I literally don't understand. So here's the thing, those like mash A things, sometimes they just waste your time and don't do anything. So sometimes it's better to just end early. Yeah, this is pre-recorded. Just going over footage just to talk about the game a little bit more. So that was the first half of the zone, and then we bring in the second half, and the second half is where I really noticed, like, oh my god, some of these levels are just like levels from Sonic Unleashed. Because here, we have this section at the end where... Well, first there's this lead-up part where you have this big winding path that you're drifting across, and it reminds me of the parts where you are doing the mud in Mazurai that you have to drift around. And then it leads to a big 2D section where you're looping around a big circular thing. And this giant stack of burgers here, just pretend this is a tree. And it's, like, very reminiscent of the end of Mazurai, isn't it? Yeah, the wall run, too, exactly. Even some of the, like, the level design pieces, like that big upward wall that you run up, very similar to a part from the Mazurai level. It's weird seeing how it's kind of like a remixing of not the level themes or even the level design, but like the ideas of the level design. It's very weird. Oh yeah, I could jump off that vertical wall before the bots. I never thought about that. It's a good shortcut, Highlight. This is another good act for demonstrating the I don't understand what people are talking about when they complain about the 2D sections in this game. This act has great 2D sections to me. I also like the opening here. Big launch off that thing, stomp on that guy. You can jump over these springs, get this big wide area, go left to get to the upper path there. You know, don't just mindlessly go forward. Very Sonic. And then we get to this 2D section here. And jump that. I missed it up. Slope jump there. Get the boost to skip that. Go forward a bit. Get through these guys. And then, yeah, rocket here to get up to the upper route. Rocket Whisk does take too long. Jump over that slope, just like classic Sonic stuff, and there you go, 2D section over. I don't understand why everyone hates the 2D. Oh, the level design gets so bad when it goes to 2D sections. Does it? Does it? Does it? Okay, that hitching there was because playing the game on the emulator. When you first load up the game, that will happen sometimes, but once you give it some time, those go away. Yeah, right? When you don't have to play all the side levels, like, that's where all the problems come in. All the blocky level design, all the slower paced stuff, that's all in the extra levels. When you play Colors as it was meant to be, this game is so good, and it's not that dissimilar in gameplay and design from Sonic Unleashed when you really look at it. Oh, Stelmo! What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Stelmo98, who's in chat, he's a streamer. He does Project 06. And I've popped into his stream a number of times. He's a cool dude. Check him out. See, here's some blockiness here, but I think this blocky level design is good. Like a skip there that you can do. You can use the double jump to skip some platforms here, boost over all that, and 2D section over. Again, what's the problem? Oh wait, no, I forgot there's this whole lollipop section, which I like. If you boost into these, then they give you this big launch to get to higher paths and stuff. Feels very Sonic, good zone gimmick. Some awkward blockiness here, but this is meant for you to be using the Cube Wisp. Yeah, I think the 2D gameplay in this game is good. And you know, the side missions, I don't think they're like that terrible either. I think they're fun enough. They just mess with the pacing when you're just playing through the game. And then, yeah, we get to this. The side levels, you know what what I like about them? Getting the red rings. I kind of praised it in the video, but getting the red rings is like one of the most fun parts of Sonic Colors, I feel. The exploration is really great, because the levels, you gotta do a lot of like creative, inventive stuff. Using like wisp powers and things to get to different areas that you might not realize. And yeah, getting the red rings on the side levels, I think, is very good. This is DX that I'm playing right now. Well, I'm not playing. This is pre-recorded. Just wanted to show off what a DX playthrough looks like and talk a bit more about Colors. You find the tornado defense in Unleashed difficult? I certainly don't find it difficult. Yeah, this boss sucks, too. Krills Delgado, you can configure it either way. You can make it so that you can not play the side acts, or you can configure it so that you can play them. Because you can change the configuration at any time, so you could just, like, for your first playthrough, turn off all the side acts, then play through it, and then once you finish the game, turn them back on, and then they'll just fill up all those slots where you have D ranks on. If you want to give tips, sure, whatever. I mean, you know, I don't know the next time I'm going to play Colors, so I'm probably going to forget it anyway. How would I improve Sonic CD's level design? I mean, you know, it's not what the game is trying to be, but I would just prefer if it was designed more like a traditional Sonic game. Yeah, tornado defense is just boring. Primarily. Okay, Starlight Carnival. Definitely the worst zone in the game, and we all know why. It's these long, extended sidestep sections on these light bridges. It's a nice visual set piece, and it's cool and all, but this is like the epitome of the problem with the automation in Sonic games. Like, it's all flashy and stuff, but I'm not doing anything, and for some reason, this zone, they go on for fucking ever. I don't know why they decided to go for this, because, I mean, you know, sidestep sections like this are in the other games. You know, Unleashed has a lot of extended sidestep sections in, like, Adabat and Rooftop Run and Empire City. But then, like, they have that here, and then also, like, you know, you're watching the ships and everything. Oh, yeah, here's where I die, going for a big skip that's dangerous. See, by missing those rings, you don't activate the scripting that changes your physics, so you can't make it through that loop. So after this, I decided to go the safe route. Aesthetically, what's my favorite zone in the game? Either Planet Wisp or Aquarium Park. Yeah, that's something I want to talk about, Super Static Pro, in probably my Generations video. Honestly, I think that sidestep sections just in general really suck. They should just go, right? Because there's very little you can do to vary them up, and at this point, we've done everything that you can do with a sidestep section. You go left, you go right. How many lanes are there? Sometimes you have to hop over something or slide under something. Been there, done that many, many times. Can we stop with it, please? It's the same thing every game, no matter what. And it wasn't even good gameplay to begin with. Here I messed up. I should have gotten the cube whisk there to go faster through this section. This terrible 2D section that takes like 10 seconds to do. Truly awful gameplay that was, right? It's already over. And now we're on to the longest of the path sections. This sucks. And time attacking Starlight Carnival because of these is kind of miserable because, like, with every attempt is a minute of just wasting time. How would I rank the 3D Boost games based off their boost gameplay? Not counting Open Zone, Avatar, whatever. Probably Generations #1, and then Unleashed, due to its difficulty. Then probably Unleashed, I would say, maybe. Then this. Then Frontiers, and then Forces. Do we count the Rush games in that? Because then they'd be somewhere in the higher echelon as well. Yeah, like stuff like this. It's cool and all, but in a game designed for replay value, making me sit here and watch this every single time is not great. This is probably one of the 2D sections that people dislike, but I think this one is fine. Like, it's blocky, whatever, but the level design is good. You can do a skip there, jumping over that whole section. And, that's all just for a red ring. And those, like, waste your time. They launch you to the right. The left one launches you to the right one launches you to the middle, and the middle launches you forward. But if you just jump right on the middle one, you're good. And this is a fun little part. You know, not much gameplay-wise here, but I just like this. Like, you're almost getting crushed. You gotta slide under at the end. And then here I die. Because I try to boost across again, and I wait too long, and I let myself fall into the kill plane. Whoops! Which means now I have to do this again, but I don't have boost, so I gotta wait. Whoopsie doodles. You like Frontiers air controls? Yeah, Frontiers feels really good. Especially when you can configure the physics. You think, Grim Jim, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I have positive things to say about the story of Colors. There will be a lot of negativity in that video and a lot of criticism, but A lot of it is exploring the why. Why did it end up the way it was? I've already recorded the audio for the story video. I'm working on it. Any suggestions for anime or manga for you to read or watch? Let me see. Off the top of my head. Promised Neverland. Just don't watch Season 2. Promised Neverland Season 1, really good, and then you can just stop. You can just stop. I think Baldy McNosehair is funny, of course. It's hilarious. Everyone loves that part, right? Yeah, Nightly Data. Fortunately, you can just not watch Season 2 and just pretend the show ends. Should you get some popcorn ready for that story video? I don't know how long it's gonna be. Probably like, maybe an hour-ish, something like that? I don't know. Even Soul Binku, even if it wasn't rushed, just what they decided to do after Season 1, like after that story arc, is just like, no. This is not what anyone was here for. So I was trying to think with Starlight Carnival, what zone is this supposed to be reminiscent of from Unleashed? I couldn't really pin it. It doesn't feel quite like any of the Unleashed levels. But most of the other zones in the game do, so I assume it's based on something, but I couldn't figure it out. The only thing I could think that made any sense was Empire City, just due to the prevalence of the sidestep sections, because Empire City has the highway section, where you have the big, like, chaser robot guy, and then the flyer laser dudes. But other than that, it really doesn't resemble the level design at all. It doesn't resemble the level design of anything. It's based on Sonic 1 Starlight Zone. You might have missed it when I was talking about it earlier, Canal du Zeni. If you look at the level, like the actual physical level layouts and design of Sonic Colors, some of these levels are very reminiscent of levels from Sonic Unleashed. Like, the literal shapes of the level design and, like, the structures of it. We'll see when we get to Aquarium Park. Actually, Planet Wisp, too. Planet Wisp is kind of like Shamar. When you look at the layouts and everything. It's really weird. It's like a counterpart to Unleashed, in a way. Though I did see someone commented on one of the Colors videos about how apparently Sonic 1 was used heavily as influence for this game's design, which makes a lot of sense. Because, like, when you do get to those 2D platforming sections, they feel very Sonic 1. Which also explains why a lot of people don't like it that much, because people don't really like Sonic 1 as much. Though I've actually, in recent times, been getting a greater appreciation for Sonic 1. I think it's a good game. It's fun. It's a very good game, I should say. But it definitely has some problems, of course. This was the first Boost game after Unleashed, so there must be some correlation. Yes, but it's beyond, like, correlation. It's like, that is a direct one-to-one, like, almost recreation of, not the level design specifically, but, like, the way that the zones are built. It's weird. It feels like this game was based on Sonic Unleashed. Chili Pepper, are you allowed to say something unpopular? Sure, I do all the time. We'll see about the Lost World, swag video. Who knows? Maybe I'll revisit the game and I'll discover something about it that I never realized before and I'll come to love it. Who knows? I doubt it, but we'll see. Fave Colors boss outside the final? The first one, because it's over in 10 seconds. These bosses are really bad. The last one is the only decent boss in the game. The parkour is probably the best part of Lost World. It has potential for cool things. It's the game's design and controls and concept. Alright, on to Planet Wisp, which is like Shamar, weirdly. If Lost World got a level revamp like Forces, I mean, I'd try it. We'll see. It still plays like Lost World, which is a problem. This part here was the first thing that made me think Shamar. This wall running section, it feels like the end of Shamar. And then these rail sections, they make me think of the parts in Shamar when you're, like, grinding over the big canyons in between the ruin sections, you know what I'm talking about? Very similar, I think. And then these 2D sections feel like those 2D sections in Shamar when you're in the ruins, but here it's, you know, Eggman Factory stuff. And I completely forgot what the fast route here was, so I'm just, like, fucking around. And again, was that a terrible 2D section? I don't understand. Oh, I think it's still going. Yeah, it goes a little bit longer. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I don't get it. Was that a terrible 2D section? I don't think so. That felt like Sonic Unleashed level design, somewhat. Similar, a little different, but was that slow? Was that blocky? No. It was great. It was Sonic. See, this sidestep section made me think maybe it was Adabat, but no, I do think overall the level design is most similar to Shamar here. Yeah, Asteroid Coaster is like Eggman Land. Absolutely, it has some of the same level gimmicks. Forces Overclocked will be live, yes. This is pre-recorded so we can talk. I probably won't be reading chat too much during Forces Overclocked because I'm going to be paying attention to the game. We'll see, and if that is the case, I've never collected the red rings in Lost World, so maybe getting all the red rings will redeem that game for me. We'll find out. Right, Dear Mink? Like, when you cut out all those side levels fluffing up the game and you just play through the core, it really isn't that different than Unleashed, is it? It's very similar in terms of, like, pacing and flow and feel. Now, of course, those side levels being part of the game, it's totally fair that people feel like it ruins the game. I don't feel that way, because I still think they're fun levels. But this is why I highly recommend checking out Colors DX, because, like, if you don't like Colors because of how it feels, this will probably change your mind. Oh, here I fuck around a little bit. I'm doing bad. Because this is a section where, like, platforming in between these is like, well, that would be slow, so I'm trying to do it fast, but I don't know what I'm being overly risky when I don't, like, have a solid, like, preset plan. So I'm dying here in this section. And then this is a really weird part, where I try to use the laser wisp, and then it just... What happened? I don't know. What was that? Any hopes for Forces Overclocked story? Honestly, based off of what I've played so far, I did, like, the first 4 levels. I don't have super high expectations for it. Didn't boost there. I thought I had no meter, so I'm on the low route here. People complain about the amount of 2D sections rather than the quality of them. I mean, I hear people saying that the level design is bad, and I don't feel that. What's happening here, that was me. That was me playing poorly. The cutscenes aren't great in Overclocked? Yeah, I'm honestly sorry to be mean, but the writing in Overclocked is not good. Always feels good to gain a 1-up immediately before dying. I don't know. As you can see, I've been, like, skipping past, like, A and S ranks. I haven't even been collecting lives, because I don't think about lives. Wishes for the next open zone game? That it was extremely different from Frontiers. Does quill size matter? I mean, it matters in the sense of, does character design matter? Yes. Is it a huge deal? I mean, here, you know what? I'm gonna throw out... Oh, check out this skip. This is cool. I'm gonna throw out one of my patented Pariah hot takes. I actually prefer Sonic with the shorter quills. I think they look better than the long ones. I prefer how they look in, like, Forces and Frontiers. Gasp! Yeah, cool skip, right? People are angry about my spikes take. Here's the thing why. The long spikes, it makes Sonic look like he's got these giant, like, tubes sticking out of the back of his head. They don't look like... When I think of Sonic, I think of him being like this little bundle of energy, and those do not make him look aerodynamic at all. Whereas the shorter spikes, I feel like they just work a little bit better. His proportions maybe need to be altered a bit to make it look better. But, yeah, I prefer it, actually. Or at least I prefer it on the current character models. Like, if we're talking, like, SA2 Sonic, I think he looks really good with the long spikes. But with, like, the current Sonic model, I think shorter spikes work better. He looks so top-heavy with those giant fucking things sticking out of his head. Yeah, exactly, Iger J. And that's part of the modern Sonic design. You know, classic Sonic, you know, he's shorter, he's got a bigger body, so he feels like he's got a better center of mass, I think. Just another one of the reasons why it's a better design. So here's something about colors that I didn't mention in the video because whatever, bosses suck anyway. This game only has 4 bosses. The second 3 zones of the game are just remixes of the first 3 bosses, which is extremely lame. But, you know, if you're gonna save development resources anywhere, the boss fights is a good place to do it, because who cares? How many bosses should a modern Sonic game have? Ideally, 0. What's the best portrayal of Sonic? I think Unleashed. Sonic Team reusing assets? They never do that. Okay, Aquarium Park. Love the music in this zone. Probably the best music in the game, in my opinion. This, clearly Dragon Road. This opening section screams Dragon Road, right? Off the Great Wall, like... Just look at it. Look at what I'm running on. It's the Great Wall section of Dragon Road, like, 1-to-1. The level design is a little different, but yeah, it's the same thing, right? Very weird choice. Yeah, I missed the rainbow ring, motherfucker. Opinions on Black Knight's interpretation of Sonic? That's a great version, too. That is, the peak of Shiro Maekawa's Sonic, of Adventure Sonic. Yep, fucking up the run at the beginning. That's hard, that rainbow ring. I missed that a lot of times. Yeah, Grim Jim. The air boost in this game, how you can hold it and get a lot of distance is cool. And then that turns into the, like, really weird flying boost of Forces. What's one Sonic character I think I wouldn't get along with? Rouge, probably? Just not my kind of person, I think. Charmy. Charmy as well. Charmy is an annoying child. Yeah, unleashed homing attack on X. Why on earth did they do that? Well, I know why they did that. Being able to homing attack on A actually does break the level design. They built it intentionally to not let you do that. Well, it's just better if you just build the game around being able to. You want to hang out with Vanilla? Well, you could just hang out with any average-sized human mother. Basically the same thing. Who do I think would be my bestie? I mean, Sonic feels like a cop-out answer, because Sonic would be everybody's friend, right? Any opinions on the Spark the Electric Jester games? They're great. They're fantastic. I get along with Tails, I'm a nerd. I don't know. Espio? I feel like I could hang with Espio. Oh yeah, this was an experiment. I wanted to see what would happen if I tried using the Cyan Wisp there, because at this point the level's basically over, so I don't have anything left to do with it. Then we have this final section that is reminiscent of the final section of Dragon Road again. This thing is obviously just a reskin of the big robot that you run from in Unleashed. These sections also suck. Like I said, sidestep sections are just crappy. Favorite stage from 06? Probably Kingdom Valley. You think I could hang with Blaze post-introverted era? I don't know. Blaze seems like a very, business type person. I don't know if she'd be down for hanging out too much. Crisis City? Yeah, that's what it's called. Look at that slope jump there. Jesus Christ. Favorite from Shadow the Hedgehog? You know, Lava Shelter might be it just because of the music. The music in Lava Shelter is so fucking good. Best starting Sonic game for time attack only? I would probably say Generations. I think Generations is the most approachable and the most straightforward. Okay, here's a 2D section that you really gotta see, because I think this is one. This is like the perfect example of I don't know what people are complaining about in the 2D sections. Here's what those slow, blocky 2D sections look like. Man, that was so slow. That was just terrible. This is supposed to be a Sonic game. How could anyone like these 2D sections? They're just awful. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it faster to air boost over light speed dash? Well, you can't light speed dash normally in this game. You can only do it with the hover wisp. This part kind of sucks, because you can't move the camera, so if there's egg pawns back there that you need to kill, you have to, move around just to get them on camera. It's awkward. This, I forgot where the yellow wisp was, so I just do it normally, which is slow. I think it was above me there, I just missed it. What's the most overhated Sonic game in my opinion? Forces. Easily Forces, no question. Which is not me saying I like Forces, but it is so exaggerated, the hate for that game. Yeah, very SA2 mech stage, that camera, right? I mean, I guess if you just don't like 2D Sonic games, I guess, but why are we then complaining about this game in particular? You know? Do people complain that Mania has too much 2D in it? But, you know, I get it in the sense that this game does present itself as a 3D Sonic game, but okay, so it's not. Get over it. Forces is too bland, sure, and the game is bad, but it's not the worst Sonic game. Not by far. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's a weird thing, Laura E. Coco. I mentioned that in the description of my Colors DS video. People are like, fuck Sonic Colors, all the 2D. I love Sonic Colors for DS, though, which is a completely 2D game. Which is like, what? What? How does that work? I thought that you hated that there was so much 2D in the game. Is it the 2D that's the problem, or do you just not like the game? Is it that the level design you think is bad? Because I don't think it's bad. You've been watching this playthrough. Does this level design look bad to you? I don't think so. I mean, this boss is bad, but, you know, that's every Sonic game. Native Fall? I'm not familiar with Native Fall. What's their deal? Is that a Overclocked dev? Well, not this. This isn't level design. This is boss design. And yes, this is bad. Another Sonic YouTuber? Okay. I don't watch a lot of Sonic YouTubers. So I'm not familiar with Native Fall, but welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you can quick kill a lot of the bosses using wisps, like this one used the drill wisp. I totally fuck it up, though, and I don't get it. Yeah, Grim Gym, and I think the difference is that this game is more of a platformer compared to, you know, Unleashed or Generations or the DS boost games. Because when you go 2D in those games, it's more of the same as what you're doing throughout all of Unleashed and stuff. You know, boost forward the whole time, slide under the thing, homing attack chain, air boost into the rainbow ring that puts you on a rail, jump over the spikes, you know, that kind of stuff. Whereas this game, when it goes 2D, it says, hey, let's do some platforming. And it feels to me like maybe that's the problem people have with Colors 2D. Maybe people don't like doing platforming in these boost games. They want that constant speed all the time, QTE-like gameplay. Personally, I prefer platforming because it's got depth to it and is more interesting. But it's also more difficult to do well because it's not press the right button. It's, you know, figure out how to get through this platforming sequence quickly, which is more like a Sonic game, in my opinion, which makes it more fun. How was Godzilla -1? Loved it. Really good. Really enjoyed it. Trying to think. I don't know if I like that or Shin Godzilla more. They're both really good. Definitely has the best humans in a Godzilla movie that I've seen. Like, all the characters are super likable, really good human stories there. Weirdly similar to Shin Godzilla, though, in that it's, you know, just Godzilla shows up, monster, we have to figure out how to deal with it, we formulate this plan, it doesn't quite work, but then it does kind of work, sort of. Very formulaic, though, I will say. Like, the whole ending sequence, I knew exactly what was gonna happen, like, a half hour prior. Which is a little unfortunate, but still, very good movie. Yeah, Shin Godzilla has the political commentary element, which I think makes it a bit stronger on that front, but it also lacks, like, that strong human element. Like, I didn't really care hugely about either of any of the characters in Shin Godzilla. You just care about, like, the people of Japan trying to deal with this problem, which is the point of the movie. So it works in that sense. But man, the ending sequence of -1, when it's playing the old Godzilla, like, you know, victorious theme, very, very impactful. Very well done. Oh, really? That's cool. Narcolepsy syndrome. That makes sense. I haven't experimented that much with, like, crazy skips in this. But yeah, that makes sense. You could do something like that. And that's me fucking up onto the low route for me. Favorite Godzilla monster? I'm not a huge Godzilla guy. I've only seen the Legendary movies, which are terrible, and Shin Godzilla and -1. So I don't really have that much. Oh, you think that's an L? Watch this. I'm trying to, like, skip that planet and just go straight to the platform, but I can't see because the camera, and then I fucking die. So yeah, we mentioned it before, but Asteroid Coaster, very clearly Eggman Land. It uses some of the same zone gimmicks from Eggman Land with the yellow platforms that disappear, and it's got the Eggman face things that come in and out. This is very clearly built off of Eggman Land directly. And the roller coaster is obviously built off of Unleashed. It's like they took the concept of Eggman Land, of Eggman building an amusement park, and they were like, let's make that the whole game, but it's still kind of Unleashed. Here I can do a skip because I can actually see where I'm going. There you go. That's better. How do I feel about the 2D in Sonic Forces? You feel like the level design is very similar to Colors? I mean, I would say as far as Forces goes, the 2D is on par with the 3D in that game, which is, you know, weak, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Asteroid Coaster got the cooler music, though, than Eggman Land? Well, obviously. I just love the Colors soundtrack in general. I think all the music in this game is fantastic. That was blocky 2D level design that I could have ignored if I had gotten the Frenzy Wisp, but I missed it. Have you ever watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? No, actually. Never watched it, never read it. You're definitely correct on that, Grim Jim. That's kind of why I want the boost to go away. Can we please just stop? The gameplay of the boost is just too shallow. Again, that 2D platforming. Was that awful? That felt like Sonic to me. I was able to skip some of the waiting there by going up to the higher platform and double jumping and stuff. What's the problem? you know, I was playing through this, and I'm just like, I'm having a ton of fun. It's just a Sonic game. The fact that people are like, how could anyone like this game? I'm like, I don't understand. It feels like we're talking about a different game, doesn't it? Granted, this is Colors DX, removing the side levels, but I still enjoy those too. Would I take another adventure-style game over another boost game? Absolutely. I'm so done with... Like, here's the thing with boost gameplay. It's shallow, but also, like, they've done everything there is to do with it, I think. Like, they've already stretched it thin. I think that with Generations, that was, like, a good place to leave the boost gameplay. I feel like between Unleashed Colors and Generations, that type of gameplay had been fully fleshed out and fully realized, whereas adventure gameplay hasn't had that opportunity yet. So I feel like it would be much better to go back to that. Because then you get to Forces, and it's just a lesser boost gameplay, and then Frontiers kind of does a different thing with it, takes it in a different direction, thanks to, you know, making it more freeform with the controls and stuff, and obviously open zone, but it still just feels like, why are we hanging on to boost? Let's just move on. It had its time, it was good. Let's do something else. Let's do something better. You think my Unleashed vid proved it can still be pushed? Sure, but they would have to be willing to make, like, drastic sweeping changes to how it works, and clearly they're very content with the core design of Boost. Like, they're always going to have sidestep sections in the Boost games, even though they're crappy, you know? I ever played Edmund Macmillan games? Yeah, I played Binding of Isaac and the Binding of Isaac card game, Four Souls. Which is okay. I haven't played a lot of it. If I rank just the 3D games I've covered so far just as video games out of 10, how would I? That's something for a video. Just replace the boost with the spin dash? You couldn't do that exactly because the boost changes some of the fundamental design of how the games are built. You would have to alter the way these games are designed. Thoughts on the Prime Season 3 trailer? Haven't watched it. I don't see a point in watching trailers of something that I know I'm going to watch. I'd rather just watch it with as few spoilers as possible. Have I watched the Sonic Fan Tears review by JebTube? Yes, I think it's an excellent video. Am I on Team DMC3 or Team DMC5? Do I have to be on a team? Can I just love both games? If I had to pick, I would say DMC5. I think is a less flawed game. But they're both still, you know, 11 out of 10 phenomenal. You're on Team Metal Gear Rising. Metal Gear Rising is by far my least favorite Platinum game. Well, not by far, but it's not one of my favorite action games, honestly. I don't like the mechanics of it, really. This is cool. I like this section, so that you gotta avoid the little things, and it's got the gravity field, but if you can get yourself into position, you can be inside of the field already and just avoid the shields completely and hit him immediately. That's fucking cool. Tell me that's not cool. Fuck you. That's cool. Do I get the idea that Sonic Team doesn't understand how to handle difficulty nowadays? I mean, did they ever? I wouldn't really say that any Sonic game, even the originals, has, like, a good difficulty flow. I don't really think Sonic has ever handled difficulty very well. What the hell is that? Robotic Edward. If you're not familiar, I'm playing Sonic Colors DX, which cuts out all of the, like, you know, smaller, like, bonus levels that were not originally supposed to be part of the game. So that way you can just play the originally intended Sonic Colors, which has much better pacing. Is this on Dolphin? DX uses, like, a modified version of Dolphin with some extra features. Lava Reef is just not it, fam. I mean, Lava Reef is a fine zone to me, but, like, that's toward the end of the game, and it's not difficult at all. Like, if you think about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Death Egg, that's not a difficult zone in the slightest. And it's the final zone of the game. Hardest 2D and 3D Sonic game? Well, hardest 3D game is obviously Unleashed. Hardest 2D game? Probably Advance 2, I would say. Did Mania make Lava Reef better to me? I mean, Mania makes, like, almost every zone better than its original, doesn't it? That's just Mania doing the Mania thing. Lava Reef is way better than Death Egg? Agreed. Death Egg is kind of a weak zone, if you ask me. It's not that fun. It's okay. Advance 2 felt pretty easy to you, you think? I feel that game is very easy to not have any idea what the fuck is happening, and then you die. Unless we're counting the 8-bit Sonic games, then it's probably Sonic 2, 8-bit. Well, only if you play the Game Gear version. If you play the Master System version and you can see, it's really not that difficult at all. Yeah, this Ryu's boss. This boss was lame enough the first time. Now we gotta do it again, and it's barely different. Jesus. Man, I wish they brought back Green Hill. Agreed, Dear Mink X. They haven't used it enough lately, I think. It could really come back. Really, I think that Green Hill should be, like, in every Sonic game, honestly. In fact, it could probably be the only environment in a Sonic game, and that would be fine. I think everybody would enjoy that. Do I think 3D Sonic should have the spin dash or not? Yes. Ideally. The spin dash, it's weird that they just removed that, because it's like Sonic's most iconic ability. Okay. So I do talk a lot of good about Sonic Colors, and I think this playthrough has done a good job of showing how this game is super fun, especially with DX modifications. Terminal velocity sucks, though, for sure. We've already been shitting on sidestep sections. This is an entire level that's just one gigantic sidestep section, and the end part of it in particular is quite bad. We'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah, Zone's a new Sonic game, but it's just Green Hill at different times of day and different weather. Yeah, that's all you need. Or how about if it was a game of all Green Hill zones and Green Hill analogs, like Emerald Hill and Sunset Hill and whatever, Palm Tree Panic, like zones like that, and that's the entire game. I mean, this isn't even, like, really a final level. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. It's just, like, a set piece for, like, the narrative, I guess. But it just sucks. That's too much variety. Have I gotten around to playing Sonic and the Fallen Star? No, I've been very busy. But I will, and I will make a video on it. I promise. Okay, so this is the part of terminal velocity that especially sucks. This part, you know, where you're just running from this thing is just whatever, crappy. But the camera eventually shifts, and now it's like top-down. And if you boost to get some distance between you and this thing, you can't see its startup for its laser attacks. You don't know which lanes it's going to be shooting at. And then you just get fucked right here. Because now you have the moto bugs to worry about, so I'm like, okay, let me get away from that to make space. But if you do that, you can't see where the lasers are coming from, so you just take hits because it's like, oh, I can't see that. Like that. And it's not good. No good. That's, like, actually bad design. Fallen Star is secretly a boost game? Is it? I thought it was just a classic game. Yeah, I mean, sidestep sections. They suck anyway. What's my favorite Sonic transformation? Honestly, probably the Werehog. Because of its narrative significance to the theming of Sonic Unleashed. Do I like Ben 10? I did when I was a kid. I haven't engaged with any Ben 10 anything in, I don't know, 15, 20 years maybe? Miracle Sonic should be official. I mean, whatever. It's not like they're ever even gonna bring the Time Stones back anyway. Mariah Cartoon Network or Nick Kid? Really, I went back and forth between those two. I would say pretty equally. I certainly was not a Disney Channel kid. Disney Channel, alright. My, like, mid to late 90s, early 2000s kids. You're with me on this, right? Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon were, like, a whole head and shoulders above Disney Channel, right? Disney Channel was weak. The only really good show on Disney Channel was Kim Possible, right? That's the only one. That was the only thing that I ever tuned into Disney Channel to watch specifically. Anything else, I was like, oh god, there's nothing else on. Sure, I'll watch. I don't even remember what else was on Disney Channel. What else did they have? They had a lot of, like, terrible live-action garbage. Phineas and Ferb, that was a little, like, toward the tail end of me watching cartoons, so I didn't really watch much Phineas and Ferb. You were a Jetix kid? Dude, Jetix. I don't... Like, I would see Jetix from time to time. I have no memory of what it was. Oh, yeah. I want to say this. Those egg pawns there on the map. Those look really cool, and those are nowhere in the game, right? What's up with that? Anyone watch Boomerang? I watch Boomerang from time to time. Watching, like, Scooby-Doo and shit. And, what's it called? Rocky and Bullwinkle, I watched as a little kid sometimes. And this is where I'm like, oh yeah, people were telling me that if you boost after hitting the final boss, you get an extra hit in. I did not know that. That's cool. Speeds up the fight a decent amount, which is nice. What was the one that played Batman Beyond? Probably would have been Cartoon Network, right? Because that's owned by Warner Brothers. I don't really watch cartoons much these days. But from what I've seen, what do kids even watch as cartoons anymore? Like, you look at those, like, Nickelodeon crossover, like, racing games and whatever, and everything in them is from the 90s and 2000s. And, like, the only, like, new thing is the Loud House, and I have no idea what that is. What do kids even watch as cartoons now? Kids don't watch cartoons. They watch YouTube and TikTok. They watch Peppa Pig, but isn't Peppa Pig for, like, really little kids? Like, what does, like, a 10-year-old watch? Kids don't watch TV. Yes, that's the answer. You got a 13-year-old trying to watch Peppa Pig, though? Weird. New Ben 10. Oh, yeah, Ben 10 is still around. I forgot about that. And Teen Titans Go. I guess people watch Teen Titans Go. New Age cartoons like Craig of the Creek? Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Your 9-year-old sister has watched maybe one cartoon in her life? That is such a shame, man. I feel like my generation grew up in, like, the true golden age of cartoons. You know, people talk about, like, the old days of Chuck Avery and stuff, Looney Tunes and all that. But for me, if you ask me, is no questions. Like, not in mid-90s to mid-2000s was peak cartoons if you were a kid. SpongeBob, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Invader Zim, fucking Samurai Jack, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Come on, you can't beat that shit. That is a rock-solid, unbeatable lineup. Samurai Champloo? Well, that's anime. Oh yeah, Teen Titans, original Teen Titans, fucking amazing. Yeah, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, so many fucking amazing shows from back then. TMNT 2003, best TMNT, I agree. I mean, I agree purely on the bias of it's the one I grew up with. I haven't really watched many other TMNT things. Megas XLR, that show was... See, that was like a show that was like for nerds about like nerdy stuff, but it like you could tell that they actually knew what they were talking about. It wasn't like video games and science fiction. Like, no. The people that made Megas XLR knew, and they did it right. That show was so good. And that's Sonic Colors DX. Super fun. I love this game. Why is this game terrible? I don't understand. I don't get it. This is pre-recorded, but we're gonna switch to live now as I get Forces Overclock going. Yeah, see, that's why they added all those extra levels, because without it, the game is 1 hour long. But it's like, so what? Sonic 2 is like 40 minutes long. And it's fine. Gravity Falls. I watched a little bit of Gravity Falls because I heard it was very good. It seemed fine, but it didn't really grab me too much. Should special stages be kept out of modern Sonic games? I mean, I'd be fine if we just stopped with special stages entirely. The end was rushed a bit on Gravity Falls? That sucks. I guess as far as, like, modern kids' cartoons, the best stuff that people generally talk about is things like Steven Universe and Adventure Time, which I've never watched any of, but I hear it's very good. You think they would have been hated for selling it at 1 hour of gameplay at this price? I mean, the extra levels still would have been there. They would have just been side missions for you to do, and they're still collecting the red rings. Like, there's a good, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours of playtime out of Sonic Colors for your first run, I think. Have I watched Gumball? No, I never watched that either. That's all, like, more recent cartoons that I have been completely missing. That's when I got into anime. And my glorious Nippon cartoons took over. Remember when people had such a hate boner for modern SpongeBob? Did that ever go away? I kind of have a hate boner for modern SpongeBob. Not a hate boner, I just don't care. Which is weird. I was talking with my sister about this. It's so weird that, like, when you look at, like, SpongeBob and what everyone cares about and, like, all the memes, it's always the first 3 seasons. But there's, like, 11 seasons of SpongeBob that, like, I am completely ignorant of. Like, does anyone know, if I just plucked a random episode of, like, Season 8 of SpongeBob, what would that even be? I have no idea. Post-sequel SpongeBob? What do you mean post-sequel? Yes, Mikey Mittens, that is correct. It's the first 3 seasons and the movie, and then you just pretend the show ends. Oh, after the second movie? I never watched the second movie because it's modern SpongeBob. Is the second movie any good? SpongeBob has eras like Sonic? Yeah, it does. There's the pre-Steven Hillenburg and the post-Steven Hillenburg. And then there's, like, the time when he came back, right? And he was, like, writing on the show. None of you guys will remember Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go? I remember the name. I don't remember anything else about it, but I remember that a show like that existed. Oh yeah, by the way, how have the ads for you guys been? I tried tweaking the ad frequency again. Hopefully it's not too overbearing. How's it been so far, before we move on to Overclocked? How would I balance the Chaos Emeralds as Supersonic without special stages? Just make it a game completion reward. There you go. It was at the beginning and that was it. Ads are chill. Some people use an ad block. That's fine. I get it. I use ad block too on YouTube. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Don't feel guilty about it. I would say, if you're a big fan of not just me, but any creator, and you use AdBlock, just consider maybe throwing them $1 or something. I'll tell you right now, if you gave me $1, that would be significantly more than YouTube gives me for every view you've ever given me on all of my videos combined. So, don't feel bad about it using AdBlock. Yeah, YouTube revenue is, not great, truthfully. Does YouTube Premium count as AdBlock? No, I still get money if you use YouTube Premium. Okay, seems like people are, not too bothered by the ad frequency. Let me double check what I said. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably fine. Lord Peeps! Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. If you use AdBlock, you just, you just counteracted your ad blocking like 10 times over. Even more than that, probably. Alright, let's get going on Sonic Forces Overclocked. Alright, check this out. I made some things. They look terrible, but we can, as I get it ready, we can do that. Hold on. What am I writing? Whatever. Whatever I'm working on. How am I resetting the save file? I fucked it up, and I had to completely delete my default Forces save file, so I'm gonna have to play through the game again. But that's fine. I was gonna have to replay it anyway for the video. Dear Dear Mink X, thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. By the way, how long is this mod for anyone that's already played it? Hello, Sweet. Welcome to the stream. Did I miss your donation, Ashley? Hold on. Oh, yep, there you go. €1 from Ashley. Ashley? I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Apologies for missing your donation. I was getting the game ready. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Okay, about an hour long, people are saying. Alright, we good. How's the audio? I think the music on the level select is a little low, so if it's a little too quiet, that's probably okay. Let me know how it is. Ashley Lee is how it's pronounced. Or I can just call you Ashley. Alright, cool. Audio could be a bit louder. Okay, well, like I said, the level select is... Okay, everyone's saying increase it. I'll increase it a small amount, but I don't want to increase it much. There. We'll try that. Hey, Tactic. Let me know how that sounds. It should still be relatively low while we're on the level select. This mod is really impressive. Yeah, it's really cool. Turning Forces into basically a completely different game. Usually people only do that with Sonic 1. Did I see the Forces Rewritten mod? I saw it. I didn't really look at it too much. Jung Stuffy Nose, €2 donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. It really does. What does it take to be infinite? Is there a joke there that I'm missing? Oh, those are British pounds. I don't know no European money. I use real money. It's a whole new game, basically. Yeah, pretty much. It does reuse all the assets, you know, like the level themes and stuff and some of the level design. But yeah, it's a very new experience, which is cool. Oh, Infinite's theme lyrics? I completely forgot what Infinite's theme lyrics were. It's been so long since I've listened to that. Pounds have the line at the bottom. Euros look like a 3 flipped. Okay. Alright, haven't been seeing anyone saying anything else about the audio, so I guess it's gonna be okay. Oh, yeah, okay, Iger J. Yeah, those are lyrics. I completely forgot. I haven't heard that song in so long. Let's get into this shit. Like I said before, in case you missed it, I have already played, like, the first 4 or so levels of this. Evelyn, okay, have the ad block fee and some appreciation. Also, hope the Splitgate devs eventually show what they're working on these years. Thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the Splitgate devs, they're done with that game. But I look forward to whatever they're doing in the future, because that game was awesome. Alright, we're gonna go into the cutscene. Let me know if it's still too quiet. Becoming infinite means taking people's charity money and not doing anything with it. Someone said play episode metal first. I don't know. I feel like you should start with the main thing. I know episode metal takes place before.
To talk first.
Give it to me.
Not
Shh.
yet.
Cutscene.
I've come to make you an offer.
No, wait. I can still fight. Listen, buddy. I've had my fill with the overbearing genius mastermind types. Didn't work out too well the last time, and I'm not really in the mood to be double-crossed again. So I'd appreciate it if you just hand over the ruby.
I intend to. The doctor cast you aside before you had the chance to show your full potential. Don't expect me to do the same. We both share the same goal. Power the likes few have seen. With one common enemy. The blue whelp stood in our way before.
It's weird for Metal Sonic to, like, hatefully refer to Sonic as the blue whelp when he's also blue, isn't it?
And what would I be getting out of this?
That's, the pot calling the kettle black or whatever.
Tinkering of my own. The Phantom Ruby has been overclocked. With its power, we can succeed where the Doctor failed, and bring an end to that little resistance. You will never need that bulbous fool ever again.
Pizza Fire, it's like a total revamp. It's a different game now, essentially. Yeah, some very edgy, try-hard dialogue from Metal Sonic. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the writing in this.
Sonic, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Ames. What's up?
We've got a bit of a problem on our hands.
This ain't another attempt to try and get me back into the Resistance, is it?
Sonic, this is serious.
Is this a follow-up or just a rewrite? This is supposed to be a sequel to Forces.
Green Hill? Ah, boy. You don't think Eggman could be back already, do you?
Sweet, it's not about them being Western. It's about the writing is
Okay.
not super
I'll go
great,
check it out.
in my opinion. Honestly, I'll take Ian Flynn over this any day. No offense to the team, you know, they did the best they could. I'm just judging it for what it is. Alright. Blah. Flying way past things. See, yeah, totally different game. Oh, missed that. Alright, fuck it. Oh, supposed to slide. They added wall jumping back to Sonic. That's kind of neat. Thought there was something coming up.
Huh?
So I played these levels before a little bit.
Out of the ordinary. Not really giving me great vibes. Whoa! When Amy said energy,
There we go.
this is not
I
what
missed it, though.
expected. Better figure out what's happened.
Starlight Zone is still under construction. Well, you know, government contracting. Takes forever for anything to get done. But slope jumping in this game does not work well, and that's not their fault. That's just Sonic Forces for you. Like that. Just did not work. It's still Sonic Forces, which means it doesn't feel great. Especially coming off just playing Colors and Generations.
Don't remember there being this many dead.
Yeah, this is where we get to, like, the reused level design.
Green Hill's looking a lot more like a... forget it.
Whoops. Ah, shit.
Whoa! Where'd you come from? Better watch my step.
Oh, I missed a route there.
Apart.
Thing I learned when I played the first couple of levels, you have to stop boosting to slide, which is quite inelegant and awkward. But once you know, you know.
Well, looks like it's the end of the road. Let's figure out what's really going on.
So how's that level compared to the original? A rank, look at that. See, clearly these devs don't understand what Sonic Forces is all about. I could have died 7 times there, and that still would have been an S rank performance, right? A Sonic Forces level longer than 45 seconds. I know. I know.
Is that?
Stay back, you fool! How dare you defy me!
I'm not another toy for you to simply throw away, Doctor. It's time I taught you so.
Hey, mind if I throw in my 2 rings?
Sonic! Why must you always interfere with my affairs?
Chill out, Egghead. I won't go too hard on your guard dog.
I figured this would get you running on down here. Must say though, you got here quite soon.
Very American-y, quippy
Well,
Sonic.
Sonic for nothing.
Not surprising.
Wow, Infinite old buddy. Looking a touch more colorful this time around. I mean, hey, at least this time you can be pummeled into the ground in a bit more style.
Would love nothing more than to sew that mouth of yours shut if I could. But you'll have to wait your turn. Now, Doctor, where were we?
Wait, that's...
What? No!
Would I be down for a Sonic story written by Amy Jones? Well, I'm already down for a Sonic story written by Amy Jones. Sonic and Tails R is the best Sonic story, period, of any kind since Black Knight.
Much better. Oh, don't think I've forgotten about you, Hedgehog.
How so? Go listen to it for yourself. Hello, Shoji Kanai.
Quite the rush. Never getting tired of this. But don't worry, Sonic. When I'm done, all you have ever known will come and go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sweet. It's definitely a bit on the amateurish side, but, you know, it's a fan project. They did their
What
best.
exactly you're up to.
I respect it.
Now where's the fun in me just telling you? Don't worry. You will learn soon.
You want a video on Sonic and Tails R? You'll get one.
It seems you have a city to save.
Hello, Missile.
Come in! We're under attack!
Huh?
Badnik armies are invading from all sides! Our forces are prepared!
Right?
No, I didn't start with episode metal. We're just gonna do the main thing. I'll go after, I'll do episode metal afterward, probably.
I'll be there ASAP. Hold on.
How did Infinite hear Amy on Sonic's earpiece there? That's not a real criticism, that's like a Cinema Sins thing, but how did he hear that? Honestly, that's the least of the issues here. That's his true power.
Took a while, but we finally cleared out every badnik and secured the shuttle bay.
Yeah! They should know better than to try to take
That's some charmy art.
Hey, watch it, Charmy, or I'll...
Calm down, you two.
Sorry!
Wait, that sound.
What the heck?
Greetings, detectives.
Yeah, Grim Jim, clearly,
We destroyed the
different
base
artists doing the cutscenes, which is understandable. I got different artists working on my project too, so it looks different at different points. You know, it's a fan thing. I'm not gonna criticize too much over it.
Yeah, you're not getting past!
All too easy. I hope you three wrote your memoirs. Make that 4.
Oh my god, it's character from Sonic Forces.
Rookie? I mean, soldier.
Didn't people name the like this avatar specifically? What's he called?
Time is of the essence.
Gadget, I think, right? That's what people were calling him?
You and your
Gadget the Wolf or
friends
whatever?
Remain stranded on foot. For the most part.
Is that Rookie from Sonic Forces, TM?
Wait, he's heading for the shuttles. Kid, we've got to stop him. Badniks.
Let's break him down! Woohoo!
Yeah, I guess this way of doing cutscenes is very much like the storybook games.
Come on, kid. We gotta get to the shop and fast.
Oh my god, look, it's Sonic characters doing things, sort of. So before things, I already went and switched my Wispin to the Lightning Wispin. Specifically the one that when you stomp you get a speed boost, because that shit is really good. What? My power didn't trigger. That may have been my controller. That's not the game. That's my controller. It's going. Dark Omo Chow? Oh, fuck that up. Blah. How does this work? I wasn't paying attention. What? Little thing. Oh, well, let's just retry the level. That was definitely a skill issue.
We'll be right behind you, soldier. Stay on guard.
Just press jump when I glow white. When I glow white? I wasn't glowing. It was the thing. The aura around me. Which I was trying to do, and it wasn't exactly working. There we go. That's from Generations chemical plant, like that exact level piece.
There's already hordes of Badniks here.
Alright, how does this work? Okay, I see. Yeah. Got it. I was completely missing the timing on that.
I think you're gonna lose my blood.
Whoops. Forces controls. Oh wait, I didn't realize I had a Wispin there. Wispins are kind of stupid, right? I think they're a dumb idea.
I hope that's the worst of it.
Stay focused. It's not over yet.
Missed that lightning wisp, so I'm gonna miss a shortcut later. Oh well. Yeah, right there. Oh well. Can't get them all in the first time. Ah, bitch.
Salvation just be up ahead. And, oh man, the whole place is already up in flames.
Sorry, I'm not reading chat while playing the levels, but I'm trying to play a video game. I'm playing right now. I'm actually playing, yes. This is not pre-recorded. Figured people would want to see my initial reactions to things. I played through the first couple levels here. Damn, so close. And I was like, you know what? I should do this live. People will want to see it. Should have played the real forces so I could read chat. It's true.
You guys okay? Been a while, kid.
Cool that this game actually wants you to try. I know.
Let them know that
When was the last Sonic game where you had to try to get a rank of any kind?
No.
Did they explain why he can't speak? Because he's the player character in a Japanese video game. That's why. Oh, just into the next level? Cool. Something I was feeling on my first playthrough, the first couple levels, is that the pacing was a little overly slow. A lot of cutscenes that go for a while. And I just want to play the game, man.
Copy that. On my way.
Using the light speed attack that Shadow has. So you can see that it's like, it is a new experience, but it's still, you know, we're revisiting the locations of forces and exploring them in, like, roughly the same order. We're using a lot of the same set pieces and stuff.
Dang, look at this place.
Oh, missed the thing up there. Oh, got on. Missed the red ring, though.
Guess that's what I get for extended work leave.
Hold on, was there... I can't break that box. There's a root up there. Ah! That was Forces controls. I was trying to steer into that. Instead, the game wanted to do it for me. This still works, right? Just fly over all this. Yep.
Reality warping stuff the Ruby can do, you'd think it'd be enough to give these bad boys a paint job. I mean, seriously, Eggman's old robot's looking way
Oh,
better.
missed it. Anything this way? Nope. Ah, bitch. Ah, missed that. Alright. Low root it is. Wow, what the? Ooh, okay, I missed that too. I was hitting the A button.
How we doing for time, Nuts?
It's getting real close. We can't hold down the fort for much longer. You might want to pick up the pace.
Okay, okay. Should be there in a sec. I'll try to speed things up.
A lot of this is just me crap shooting, like, you know, I've played Sonic games. It feels like I've been running for long enough that I should probably jump here. Which means that they've got a decent grasp on, like, Sonic level design flow, because it's working a good amount of the time.
Keep it in check for as long as we can.
Whew, okay. Guess we're doing this again. Hopefully it ain't too gross in there.
At the end of the level, I think? I don't remember.
And down it goes. Great work, Sonic. I owe you one now.
Oh,
Whew. Don't sweat it. Kudos to you, Commander. I'll keep at it in the city.
certainly much better than the original level, right? Damn. It must have been that hit I took, right? They're brutal with the S ranks here. I approve. Any plans on time attacking Overclocked? We'll see. It depends on how much I enjoy the game.
Man, how many of these things are there?
Can't use a physics mod? Overclocked recommends not using any other mods with it. Because, you know, it completely changes the entire game, so compatibility is unlikely.
Jeez, buddy. Gonna put me out of a job with that kind of move.
Writing. A lot of these lines are very
Okay,
cliche,
Alex.
I gotta
Let's see
say.
y'all
I'm
say
sorry.
this now. Oh, hey, where's Vector at?
Hold on. Wait up. Nearly there, guys. Just give me a sec.
I think you can unlock Supersonic in this.
I just need a minute.
I don't think we have a minute.
What's the plot? The plot is Infinite is back, and Neo Metal Sonic is working with him, and they're doing bad things. This weirded me out.
Tails?
What? Why is Tails a cyborg? When did that happen? What the fuck?
A little close there, pal.
Got here in a nick of time, didn't
Did this happen in episode Metal? Did I miss it?
Long time no see. Well, I guess it hasn't been that long.
Nice. Get up there, Tails.
Energy readings are beginning to spike up. It's not safe here. Let's get you guys into headquarters before any more badniks show up.
Right. Well, let's get going, guys. We don't have a second to lose.
Central City's under attack. Fox Squad needs backup at the 7th blockade. Knuckles, enemy forces are appearing in nearly every... What? Mystic Jungle too?
Hey, Amy!
Sonic, you're finally here!
Don't exactly have much of a choice now, do I?
And to think, all it took to get you back was another world-threatening disaster.
That line. Not good.
Ah, well, just sort of part of the hero gig, ain't it?
That
Sorry
too.
we're late. We ran into some old friends.
What are you three doing here? Wait. Oh, don't tell me you left the chemical plant unguarded.
Unguarded? Hey, listen. We didn't know that Infinite was gonna show up and wreck the place.
What?
All of the ships there have been destroyed. And if it weren't for the kid, we may have been as well.
Espiel's voice sounds familiar to me.
Eggman's really stepping up his game.
Nah, this ain't him. I just watched Infinite send him on a one-way trip to null space.
What?
He's been super light on the details for the plan this time around. I don't know how he could have been at the chemical plant at the same time he was butting heads with Eggman. Guy's a total nutcase. None of it adds up.
Oh, well, this is giving me a headache.
'Cause Knuckles is stupid, you see. That's his character.
Well, listen. None of that matters now. What's important is that we focus on getting those rust buckets out of the city and winning this fight.
Yeah, you said it. Whatever game Infinite's playing, we'll find a way to stop him.
This is Delta Squad. Is anyone there? We need immediate support in Mystic Jungle.
And speak of the devil.
We're closed in. The jungle is shifting. The vines here are moving.
Don't sweat it, guys. Me and the kid can handle this. Let's get going, partner.
Yeah, not much more engaging than the actual cutscenes of Forces, right?
Quite the nuclear winner. Courtesy of our masked friend, I presume. Radar showing the squad
Okay,
somewhere
I
up
know
there.
how those work now.
You're back though, buddy. Don't know what Infinite could have up his sleeve.
You don't have a lot of time to react to those. This stage looks really nice.
Hold up. Didn't you get rid of all these casinos? Eggman tearing up the place was bad enough. Looks like Infinite's cranked things up to 11.
Barely made that. Ah, there was a thing. I felt like there'd be a thing, and there was a thing, and I missed it. They really like putting just, like, random things for you to slide under, just there. What? I can save it. Boom. Am I going the right way? I guess I'm going the right way. You can probably do big skips with all those, like, twisting vines and stuff, right?
Got eyes on you. Hang tight. Thank you. Stay close. We'll get you out of here. Where's the rest of your team?
Yep, just felt that. But this part is directly from Forces, although heavily changed. Oh God. God, there's so much shit happening constantly. I'm just like going. That is Forces scripting. That was not the game. That happens in Forces too. That's not the Overclocked team's fault. Don't blame them for that. That was just Forces being Forces. That happened to me playing that game as well.
I remember these guys. Don't worry, partner.
Trying not to get hit, because if I get hit, I'll lose the S rank. Ah, should have air boosted there.
Hey, nicely done, bud. Getting closer now. Should be at a
That's gotta be an S, right? That's gotta be an S. There we go. There we go. Do I mind mid-level chatter in Sonic games? Not at all. I think it's great. I think it's a really good way to get story across without having, like, too much in the way of cutscenes. So far, the level design seems to be pretty alright. This, I think, is the last level I played. No, I played the stage 6, too. So, a couple more still that I have already done.
I need immediate assistance.
Hold on, we're on our way. Come on, partner. Let's take a short.
See, this is what we're talking about. Sidestep sections. They're the same in every game, no matter what. Ah, boost jumping in this game is so weird. Doing that, like, non-curled jump. It has such weird properties, and if you exit the boost to press a different button, it behaves so strangely. But that's Force's problems.
Whoa! The whole forest's on fire. So that sort of seemed
To get a jump that, like, carries your boost well, you have to stop boosting first, and then jump. It's really weird. That was a lot of visual information that I just had to parse really quickly. I will say, the levels are very cluttered. Like, they are throwing a lot of visual shit at you constantly here. I could have boosted up that. Which I kind of like, because it's, like, forcing me to react really quickly to things. But I feel like, for the average player, this could potentially be rough. I have no control right now. There we go. I decided not to use the Drill Wisp because anyone who knows how to play Forces quickly knows how fuck-busted the drill is. And I decided, how about I, like, actually play the game first? Oh, God. I was trying to hit that swingy thing that was, like, just off the top of the camera. But I mistimed the button press to get it. Right here. That. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, missed a thing. See, like, I have just, like, no ability to see what the fuck is anything right now. I'm just going. I'm just doing the best I can to react to everything as quickly as I can. What? This is definitely a low route, I think. Or maybe not. I went through this the first time I played the level, too. Yeah, the magnetism on the rings, kind of blocking my view a little bit. Although that's also a Force's problem.
Whew. Okay, the radar says they're just up ahead. Let's hope we're not too late.
B rank. This ranking system is far too real. This isn't anything like, not just Forces, but just Sonic games in general. This is requiring me to be good at the game and perform well consistently. What the fuck? This is a Sonic game, don't you understand that?
You guys okay? Hello? Anyone home? Wait a sec, there's... Fool me once.
Quite the cold night to
Do I think
be
Forces had
playing
potential, or was it doomed from the start? I think it was doomed
Very
from the
subtle,
start.
Infinite. So I assume that distress signal was just to draw us in?
Well, no. But after I saw you and your little tag-along enter the jungle, I decided to have a bit of fun.
But then, those soldiers who called us.
What soldiers?
Whoa! Huh. Playing doubles now, are we?
Not quite.
Oh my god, it's the character we already knew it was, because we saw it earlier.
No way.
Kind of weird that they make it out to be like this big reveal when we already know.
That explains a lot. So you two figured it'd be fun to do a little tag team of your own?
Brash as ever, but you're too late. The ruby showed me power. More power than you could ever hope to achieve. It cut me free from my master's strings. And now my plan has been set in motion. Though it seems even you cannot help sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, my organic duplicate.
Quite the mouthful. I mean, hey, I'm just happy to see some of my bad guys actually making friends. So what's next on the evil agenda?
Nothing too exciting. Just the extinction of the Resistance.
Well, can't always get what you want. Stand back, kid. I've been itching for a good fight.
Are you ready to surrender? My
This is just like that part in the IDW comics.
Success are 1.4%. It would be unwise to continue.
Nah, your math must be off. I was just getting started.
Do you truly believe you can defeat us both? Your termination is unquestionable.
Well, yeah, I kicked your butts before. Give me a minute and I'll do it again.
With such confidence, perhaps you could carry on alone.
Buddy!
In character Sonic? Where? I must have missed him.
Nice, yeah, good going. Let him just run off back to his little hideout. How exactly does this factor into your master plan? We could have ended this right here and now.
In due time, my friend. First, we shall break his spirit. Let the coward run for now. He knows nothing about true intentions. Soon, all of reality will bend to our will. And I will be the one true Sonic.
Whatever. Just try not to test my patience any further.
See, this is what I was talking about. Just cutscenes that just go and go and go. And, you know, they're not that engaging, in my opinion.
Homing beacon activated.
Sonic, you're back!
Oh, wait, even more cutscenes. Hold on.
Looking a bit worse for wear. Where's the kid?
The entire thing was a trap.
This one is really bad in particular. I'm going to start talking a little bit more about the story now. This scene is a really long dialogue scene of Sonic just explaining what we already know. This is the kind of thing where in writing you figure ways to cut this out and like trim it down, so because there's no reason for the audience to sit here and listen to Sonic explain what the audience has already been explained.
Yeah, remember Neo Metal Sonic? Well, get this. He's back, and he's in cahoots with Infinite.
What? Neo Metal Sonic?
Oh man, that guy's bad news.
I don't think I was there for that one. What is he, like a neon Metal Sonic?
Not quite. More so, Eggman decided to give Metal Sonic an upgrade one day, which royally backfired. Without Eggman's leash, Metal Sonic is crazy dangerous.
You think I can skip? I was going through it just to, you know, give it a fair shot.
Positive. We're in trouble if those two are both using Phantom Rubies. No sign of the Chaos Emeralds either.
A lot of people saying skip.
Evening the odds.
No kidding. So what's our next move?
Hold on a second. Our satellites just intercepted a distress beacon. It's coming from the kid's transponder.
Skip. Alright. We're at the end of the cutscene anyway. So, I want to talk a little bit more about the story up to this point. Here's the thing. Especially that dialogue scene between Metal Sonic and Infinite. The writing here, the dialogue there is really, like... I mean, it's very cliche. A lot of the lines are very cliche and typical and kind of have that, like, Marvel-esque quippy quality to them that I am so sick of in things. And in terms of, like, storytelling and, like, plot here, what is this story so far? We're 5 levels into this, and so far the story is Infinite and Metal Sonic are doing bad, and that's it. And everything with Neo Metal Sonic is just like, he's the ultimatest, most powerfulest, evilest, baddest bad guy ever, and how are we ever going to defeat him? And that's the story. It's not great.
Wait, the Death Egg?
It's definitely some amateurish writing, no offense.
No idea, but I think this
Personally, by this point, when I was playing initially, I was like, can I just start skipping all the cutscenes?
Source for the ruby again?
Well, this scan seems to confirm it. The core must be back online.
Yeah, and here's like an extended dialogue scene just to explain that the Phantom Ruby is in the Death Egg and they've repaired it or whatever, the power core, blah.
Source in the same exact place as last time. Seems simple enough.
Okay, yeah, the Phantom Ruby's back in the Death Egg, and they make a bad joke about Operation Big Wave 2.0, and Knuckles is stupid.
Final maneuvers. Not too long
Oh,
now.
here's another good scene of just like, Metal Sonic has the perfect, genius, evil plan, and he's thought of everything, and he's 5 steps ahead because he's the ultimatest, evilest bad guy ever.
Here, Sonic, take this. If you find any sort of console or computer hooked up to the core, plug it in and leave it.
Rayman Alive? I have not heard of that. What is that?
What's the plan if Neo and Infinite catch wind of what we're up to?
Well, once Tails hacks in, maybe you could try to get their attention and lure the two away to someplace else. It may buy Tails some extra time.
Man, you guys are so good at on-the-spot decision-making in life or death situations. Loving it. Assuming
Dialogue.
Chili dogs on me later.
Good call putting the core in the exact same place Eggman stuck it last time. Now they're on their way to blow this place to Kingdom Come.
It is evident that you merely lack the comprehension to understand where exactly your power comes from. We require an immense amount of energy to maintain the Ruby's power, especially for 2. Fortunately for us, we already have everything we need right here. That being said, this is indeed an unforeseen turn of events. I did not expect them to find out this quickly.
Yeah, well, looks like your plan had a few tiny holes.
It feels weird to even say, but I also feel like they characterize Infinite slightly wrong here.
For every second we grow stronger.
For what little character he even has.
Is fully charged, and once it is, that insubordinate hedgehog will kneel.
Are the levels any good? Those are pretty alright. Yeah, I think they're pretty fun. Probably better than the levels of the original game.
Deploy the battalion. We will crush that pitiful little band.
Yeah, why is Infinite so quippy?
I suppose we can just chalk this one up to Eggman's brilliant programming.
Okay, am I allowed to finally play the video game again? See, and like, there's so many cutscenes, they're so long. and they're not very good, which makes them feel even longer. And it's especially problematic when it's like, can I just get back to the game? Because that's pretty fun. I'm sorry to criticize this so much, it's just a fan project, but, you know, I am judging it like I would judge anything.
We'll meet up there. It's the Phantom Ruby core. We're here to destroy it.
That weird forces drifting that the Avatar does. Which, if you have the Drill Wisp, is, like, fucked. In an awesome way, but it's fucked. But look, there are lasers that I have to avoid. Oh, I missed a lightning wisp there. Here we go.
Wait! Run that by me again, buddy? You're saying they're not even at max power yet?
If we don't shut down that too soon, those two are gonna be powerful enough to totally rewrite reality. We'll all be done for.
Perceptive as usual, Commander. Okay, I'm in. Headed towards the source now.
This level feels a lot more like the original level that it's based off of than the other ones so far. Still quite improved, though.
All right, I'm almost there. Catch you on the flip side.
Ah! I realized the right path there is probably the faster one, but the middle path went away. There goes my S rank. Did I not get that red ring? What the fuck? Sonic shouldn't be written like Spider-Man? Agreed, Let It Brothers.
Hey, there you are. Question though, seriously, how'd you even get up here?
Okay, this is officially the end of what I've seen so
They
far.
certainly got the mood down, Pat. The ominous lighting, monochromatic color scheme, nice and creepy.
You like Sonic being quippy, but this is too much? I mean, this is not too far away from how Ian Flynn writes Sonic.
Pretty complex. It's doable, but I'll need some time to hack it.
Don't worry, pal. We'll buy you as much time as we can. Any idea where Neo or Infinite are?
They were spotted pretty close to the front lines.
Agreed, ZB. Sonic shouldn't be written like beating Eggman is his job.
We'll swing by there, try and create as much noise as possible, then lead Pointy and Edgy someplace away from the core. Where
Not
that
really, he
someplace
wasn't that
is,
quippy in Frontiers.
cross
Well, that's
that
because
bridge.
Frontiers, they told him, write it like Breath of the Wild. But the comics, absolutely.
I got this. Everything okay, kid?
Yeah, Chris Delgado, at the end of the day, this is still Forces. It does still kind of feel like just a lesser boost game. Like, you know, coming off of Colors and Generations, this is still a notable step down, but I would say it's certainly better than the levels from the original game. Sonic Forces plot is kind of fundamentally flawed. Yeah. I mean, I think the very concept of Sonic Forces is flawed. Like, the very core of everything is a bad idea.
Already pretty chaotic out here. We'll have to work fast.
Go up.
They're the resist-
Yeah, the boost jumps have such weird properties in this game. Trying to do, like, slope jumps.
Already pretty chaotic out here. We'll have to
See,
work
if you
fast.
don't...
They're the resist-
Oh, man, I thought I could jump that, but there's a goddamn invisible wall. Please remove invisible wall in patch. If the devs are watching. I think I just missed a wisp thing. Yep. What? That did not go the way I was pointing. Now I can do this. Do I like racing games? It's not a genre that I, like, adore. But occasionally, every now and then. Wait, I couldn't homing attack out of those springs until, like, the last fucking second. I will say, most of my issues with the gameplay are just Forces issues. Oh, missed that. I don't know which way is a good way, but I'm gonna go this one. If you knew the level layouts here, you could fucking skip so much of this, I bet. I got a red ring, so I'm gonna assume that was a good path to take. Oh, wall jumping. That's in the game now. Right.
Yikes! They cleared this meteor shower, buddy. Sheesh, probably not the greatest place to be building your giant space stations.
Ah, I couldn't jump there. I was just mashing A because I couldn't jump earlier. Whoops. I bet you... Hold on. Oh, no. I screwed that up. You could definitely skip that big turn for no reason. You can skip this. Although, where am I going now? Oh, there's a whole, like... There's so much potential here for, like, crazy bullshit skips. Kill plane? Hey, guys, put a kill plane there.
Nice. Looks like we tripped the security systems. Hopefully that'll grab their attention.
Do I like Forces or not? You're confused? I don't... Well, I'm going backwards on that. I don't hate Forces, but, I mean, I'm not stupid. Missed it again! Yeah, I'm not gonna go for those rings, because, the hoops. I will probably miss the air boost again, because weird controls, because Forces. Hey, there's a thing here. I didn't see this before. Ah.
Yikes! They cleared this meteor shower, buddy. Sheesh, probably not the...
They put a kill plane there! That's what I get for trying to do skips.
Yikes!
Just trying to jump to the platform there on the bottom right. Why you gotta put a kill plane there?
Your giant space stations.
Aha! There we go. That's what I was trying to do before. I don't know where to go at this point, so I'm gonna do what they want. This is very Asteroid Coaster, actually. What?
Sonic, I'm picking up 2 energy readings closing in on your position.
Looks like that did the trick. We'll lead him to the shuttle bay. That's a fair ways away from the core. Okay, if my memory serves me correctly, which it usually does, the shuttle bay should be this way.
God, this dialogue. Please stop, it hurts. What did I do? Can't boost here.
Stand by, buddy.
There's a lot of sidestep sections in this. Which is the weakest gameplay you can do in a boost game, but it's easy to design.
Whew. Okay, we're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Has anyone asked Pariah when he's doing the Sonic 4 video yet? Probably. I will do the Sonic 4 video after Generations, because I feel there's a nice, smooth progression from Sonic 4 into Lost World as the game's desperately trying to rip off Mario. Am I going to do 4 episode 1 and 2 in one video? I don't know. Depends how much I have to say about the games. We'll see. Probably, would be my guess. Versus Infinite and Neo Metal Sonic? Is this it? Is this the end of it?
Okay, game plan. Ain't no way we're beating those two in a
Thoughts
fair
on
fight.
Godzilla Minus One? I loved it. Talked about it more earlier.
All we need to do is stall them long enough for Tails to shut down the Ruby's core, and at that point, those two are no more harmless than a moto bug. Sounds easy enough on paper, but... Whoa! Hey, all good, bud? What's up? You seem a bit... Oh... Is this about what happened before? Okay, buddy. We don't have much time, so I'll try to make this quick. I think a bit of an apology is in order, because admittedly, I've been screwing up big time lately. I get that. I just... I get so in the
Where
moment,
is this
I
coming
jump
from?
straight in without even thinking about it. It's my style, you know? Gotta stay
Which
on the
platform
move.
would I prefer donations on?
Okay,
I think I get the most from Patreon. If you want to help out your boy as much as possible, I think that's the best place to do it.
But trust me, I won't make the same mistake twice.
What is he talking about?
Get this far in the first place, can
What
I?
mistake?
This time's gonna be
What is
different.
going on? Did I miss
I'm not
something?
gonna solo it this time. I'll even let you take the lead on this one. 'Cause hey, after all, you're not a rookie anymore.
You? Impossible. How did you get out of null space alone?
I don't know, but those cheap parlor trick portals are pretty useless, aren't they? Man, oh so terrified of these stupid gemstones. I'm sick of these dumb illusions. All that power's amounted to be a pretty big pain in my ass.
It's time to end this.
Is this the end? This might be the end. I don't know.
For anything, partner. Looks like things are about to get a little weird.
Alright, let's see what a boss looks like. Bosses are a lot of development work. I'm honestly surprised there are bosses in this. Is it just going to be the infinite fight from Forces remixed? That's probably what it's going to be. Yep. Okay. Understandable.
Blah, blah, blah. It's just all talk with you, isn't it? Hope you're ready for round 2.
I miss Sonic. He's a cool character.
Such efforts are useless.
So how do we feel about Neo Metal Sonic as a design? I don't know about y'all. I think he looks kind of stupid. His spikes going in all weird-ass directions. It does not look cool. And his, like, little pointy boots, or whatever the fuck. Oh, yo, this is cool. It's like a level. That makes sense, because bosses are a lot of development work. I was trying to target the thing on the left, but the reticle was not feeling it.
Hey, what are you doing up there? You scared to come down and fight us yourself?
You could prove to be so much of a nuisance, my innocent copy.
He said the thing. It really is like Ian Flynn writing.
System damage detected.
Back out, you bucket of bolts, and I'll take it from here.
What's the matter? Someone a little too weak?
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Okay, Pariah writing tip 101. Never use the line bucket of bolts ever.
Will do, pal.
That is the cliche of cliches. Is there a path there on the left? Seems like it could have been. Cool that we're using all the different environments here.
Hey, I'm not hearing you come up with any bright ideas.
Look at you two, arguing like an old married couple. How we doing, Tails?
Just a little longer. Almost have a crack.
Try picking it up. a
What?
bit. All the reality warping's getting a little nauseating.
Someone said it in the chat, and they're pretty right. This is a lot of just like running forward, rail grinding, sidestepping.
Hurry, Tails!
Just a little bit to go and got it.
Why was Tails a robot again? Yeah, Super Static Pro, and then that just like went away. What was that?
No! How did you?
Ha! Got you high and mighty now without your disco ball of energy, aren't you?
You idiot! How could you let them?
Silence! I will no longer tolerate such insolence. We must combine our powers to finish this.
But you guys are a match for this.
I see what they're going for here, of like the two of them and the two of us, and it's like a thing. They're not a real team, and we are. That's okay, but they are not landing it at all. I'm sorry. So is that it? Is that the end? Yeah, I wonder what happens if you fail that.
There, bud.
Sonic!
Hey, looks like the gang's all here. Great timing.
Did you two win?
Would probably be sleeping with the fishes otherwise. Anyway, what's the deal here? Wasn't there like a war going on outside a moment ago?
All of the robot armies spontaneously shut down not too long ago. Readings are showing all traces of the ruby dissipating. Reality's starting to return to normal.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for the Phantom Ruby then.
Yeah, let's hope. I'm done with all these illusions. Mess with your head, something fierce.
I like Vector's face there.
Hey,
That looks
the endings
goofy.
go pretty well into place, huh?
Yeah, and you have me to thank for that, by the way.
Eggman, how did you...
When they sent me to null space, Dumb and Dumber managed to forget that I literally created null space, and was left with the tools to manipulate it from within.
Just not enough to get yourself out.
Go figure. But enough that I managed to redirect your little friend up here, which enabled you to find the core. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oof.
Well,
Don't
thanks
do
for the
that.
assist, Eggman.
Don't do that.
You do realize you're still going
Oof.
for a long time, right? You're sort of responsible for a decent majority of this.
What, did you think I was actually stupid enough to tell you this in person? I'm already away, hatching a new scheme to put you and your little resistance to rest.
Classic. Well, catch you later, Egghead.
Likewise, rodent.
Right. Well, a little anticlimactic, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. So what do you say, guys? Should we get going? I take it cleanup's gonna be set back a tad bit.
Yep, and I'm not letting you run off this time. We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Sonic White doesn't get why the Resistance needs to continue to be a thing. Agreed. Alright. We still got episode metal to do, so we're not done quite yet.
Metal Sonic, activate for immediate deployment.
Unit online. Running diagnostics.
Metal, I require your assistance. Time is of the essence, so I'll try to make this brief. The Resistance has toppled the fortress, and all that's left of the Empire has been scattered. But no matter. This is only a minor setback. Once our army has regrouped, and we obtain the necessary resources, we will destroy that horrid little hedgehog once and for all! Excuse me. Now, go to the ruins of the fortress. I need you to retrieve the Phantom Ruby. It is essential to my plans, though we must make certain that our activity is kept clear from the Resistance's radar. Do not fail me.
Cool that you get to play as Metal Sonic. I assume he just plays like Sonic, right?
I've logged onto the Ruby's energy signature. I'm sending you the coordinates now. Some of my older tools are still in the area. I have no control over them.
I like how Metal's auras are pink. The OVA has decided that all fan projects with Metal Sonic, his aura will always be pink forever. And I'm okay with that.
I should have shot my hedgehog out into space when I had the chance.
Can I just... Yeah, this is just like the Forces level, where you can just do this. Oh, I went too far.
All of this is wasting
Oh.
so much of my time. I should have shot my hedgehog out into space when I had the chance.
What's this way? Yeah, all this. You can just not... Oh, I shouldn't have stomped there. Or I got too cocky and got punished. That is my life story when it comes to playing video games. I'm just like, hey, if I just do this thing that's really, really hard, then it'll be awesome. So I'll just do it. I'll just succeed at it. That's my plan. See, and I refuse to not. That's my problem, is I keep on dying to it, and I'm like, I should really just do it the normal way, but I don't wanna! I wanna do it the cool way, and that means I keep dying. It would be so awesome, so cool. Exactly. Girls are watching, maybe. You gotta do the cool thing when there are girls watching. Damn it. Alright, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm just gonna do it more normal. Yeah. Okay, so what I just said about doing it more normal. Okay, okay. Now for real. Now for real. But yeah, all this level design doesn't really mean much, because you could just fly past all of it. There. There. Now, I'm not happy that I had to resort to that, but I did. This level still suffers from a lot of the level design problems of the original, and just, like, because the entire level is going downward, I can just jump over everything. Like this. Because it's just Mortar Canyon. Yeah, that's like the least modified of any of the levels. That is pretty much the exact same thing, just different placements of things.
That's it. Make sure you bring the ruby straight back to me. Is that understood?
Is that all episode metal is? Just that one level? I guess that makes sense. There's not too much to this whole thing. It's only, what, 7 levels total? No, wait. 9 including this? Nine levels that it's still longer than Forces? I don't know. How long we've been going for? I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, okay. That's all there is to it. I guess I should have played that first. Oh well. There you go. Sonic Forces Overclocked. The levels seem alright. They definitely seem improved over the original game. I might mess around with them some more to see if I can't... I'll try to get all the red rings and maybe time attacks, see what's up there, see if there's potential. Seems like it. There's a lot of routes going on there. It's quite busy, and some of the level design, the overlines to sidestepping is a bit weak. Some really... unnatural, like, slide under things sections, just, like, pasted around. But overall, definitely improved over the original game. Story and writing, I'm sorry. It's bad. It's just bad. The dialogue writing is very amateurish, very cliche. And, like, story-wise, I mean, there is no story. Neo Metal Sonic and Infinite team up, and you beat them. That's the story. Which is fine, but do we need so many cutscenes for that? You're saying the story wasn't hype? It was not hype. Which, to be fair, I was not expecting a lot out of the story of this. A lot of Sonic fan games that try storytelling, I think, are really not there. Because, you know, just people doing it on their own. So I'm not gonna be too harsh. But, you know, it is what it is. This is what they wrote. This is what I'm judging. It is cool. It's good. It still has the weakness of just being forces. So it's not the most amazing thing in the world. It's got weird physics and gameplay, and that affects the quality of this and how it plays. But, you know, within the limitations of it being forces, I think that they did what they could. Hey, Mikester, you're welcome. It's a good project. Congratulations on finishing it. It's very ambitious. Yeah, Erico Christie. I've played Forces Reimagined. I think the levels there are really good. I do think they are better than the ones here. I think some of the people that worked on this are working on Forces Reimagined. Mikester, correct me on that if I'm wrong. But I want to say I saw that somewhere. Sorry if I was a bit harsh with the criticism. I'm right? Okay, yeah, cool. I'm looking forward to Forces Reimagined. I think the level design changes there are really interesting, while still being Sonic Forces. Yeah, what'd you guys all think of that, watching through it, if you haven't had the chance to play it for yourself? By the way, did I miss any donations during all that gameplay? I might have. If I did, I'm sorry. I can't see them anymore right now. Yeah, it looked fun. It was fun. I'm trying to think if there's, like, anything about Forces that I think is better in terms of, like, its levels than this. But, like, if we take the exact levels from Forces and compare them to these levels, these are all improved, I think, I would say. No donations in that time? Okay, cool. Glad I didn't miss any. Yeah, I would say this is worth checking out. Maybe skip through the cutscenes, maybe turn off the in-game dialogue. Apologies to the writer. But the levels are solid. These are fun. I was thinking of doing a video, kind of a follow-up to my best versions of every Sonic game video, covering, like, big, cool, game-changing mods for Sonic games. Stuff like this, stuff like custom levels, custom characters, things like that. Because, you know, the spreadsheet is very focused on, like, enhancing the core experience. I don't want things that are, like, too game-changing, but I feel like a video that highlights those kinds of projects like this, or Forces Reimagined, things like that, would be cool. And then maybe I could add, like, a bonus section to the spreadsheet of, like, cool things to check out. Like, I saw recently they added Cream to Sonic Adventure. Oh, yeah, and Sonic Adventure has the multiplayer mod, which is really cool. Because cool projects like this definitely deserve to be highlighted as well, because this is basically a Sonic fan game, right? Short little fan game, but it's cool. It's neat that this was even made. Making a whole new game out of Forces, even if it's short. It's neat, and it's fun. They also added Rouge? Oh, I didn't see that. That's cool. Yeah, like SA2 Super Hard Mode, or I know 06 has a mod for a Super Hard Mode as well. Triple C, is my birthday tomorrow? No, it was yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I had a party with friends. Yeah, Noon, I would say I agree with that. I hope I was fair with my criticism here. Oh yeah, Shadow multiplayer, that one as well. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Oh, I clicked off the thing, so there's no music. Sorry about that. Happy older than you were previously day. I mean, you're older than you were previously every day. What cake did you eat? Well, a lot of people have been asking me what my favorite food is, and I've always been saying chocolate cake. And yes, I did have chocolate cake, and it was very good. Mao, thank you very much. I don't know what that currency is, so I don't know how much money that is, but thanks. I really appreciate it. Came in very late to the stream, but I hope you had your fun. I'm gonna watch it later. Mod looks pretty interesting. OMG, happy late birthday. Thank you very much. The mod is cool. About $2? Okay, thanks. What did I get for my birthday? Not too much. I wasn't asking or expecting gifts or anything, but of course some friends got me some stuff. One of my friends fucking got me a children's Sonic the Hedgehog blanket as a joke, and I'm like, you motherfucker, how could you do this to me? But he also got me like a $20 Steam gift card, like hidden inside it as well. One of my friends got me a nice little Gravity Rush kind of like metal wall hanger poster, which is cool. Love Gravity Rush. I got a nice card. Yeah, got some good stuff. You know, it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate it. This title screen music is kind of cool. Is it loud enough for you guys to hear it? I will say, I didn't comment on the music. It's all like remixes of the original Sonic Forces music, and it's all pretty good. I like it. The final boss music is different. Space Cowboy 767. That's British pounds, right? That's British pounds, yes. Sonic is a children's franchise after all. It is. It is. And we all have to cope with the fact that we all care this deeply about a game series for children's. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Yeah, it is a remix of Infinite's themes. Good. Gonna donate 100,000 berries? I assume that's a One Piece reference, right? As opposed to an adult series, such as Doing Your Taxes. Wait, hold on. If we're just gonna hang out and talk for a bit more, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep going. Check this out. I made this. I still have the music going in the background. Yeah, I made all these little things, and now I can use them for like end of the stream. I didn't make the art. This was a fan. I didn't request them to do this. This is just fan art. All of these have just been fan art that fans have made. And I was like, yo, this is sick. Can I use this? Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like it. I like the... I didn't even, like, start this, but this, like, ethereal entity behind the mask. That's, like, so my aesthetic. I dig it, totally. People nailed it. By Master Hand and Crazy Hand hanging around you. Hey, you know, it's Rayman. But where's the mask from? I just like white mask stuff, you know, Phantom of the Opera. I just think it's a cool aesthetic. I should show other fan art at the end of the stream. I haven't had a whole lot of fan art, so I don't have much to show. Pretty much this is all of it, really. How would I rewrite Forces? Like I said earlier, I think the very core concept of Forces is fundamentally bad. I don't think you can fix it. You make a different story. That's how you fix Forces. You don't know what to type, Erico Christie? That's alright. I still appreciate it anyway. What's that fundamental flaw? Not gonna say. I'm saving it for the story video, because I've never seen anyone else talk about it, even despite all the criticism for Force's story. No one has ever talked about something I noticed about it. It's very interesting. No, it's nothing anyone is saying right now. What does it start with? It's not going to help you very much. It starts with an S. Not Japanese storytelling. Forces actually has Japanese storytelling. It was written by something Toyota. I forget his name. From Sonic Team. Eidoro Toyota. That's his name. Of course, everyone says Sonic or Sega. No, no, no. You're never gonna guess it. If you don't already know, you're never gonna know. It's definitely shitty. Two people wrote the dialogue and story respectively. That is definitely a problem. There's weird dissonance between like what the story is trying to do and what the dialogue is trying to do in Forces. Colors has that problem too. Nope, nope. None of you are ever gonna get it. You'll never get it. It'll be one of those other Pariah story videos where I like open everyone's eyes to see what's really going on. But unlike the Shadow video, you're still gonna think it's shitty. DeHace, thank you very much. Again, I don't know what that currency is, but I appreciate it. Something for my birthday. Hope you can buy a Steam game with this or something. Thank you. So generous of you. Give you the last letter? Okay. It's not gonna help you either. S. Am I gonna have to analyze all the dialogue for the story video? No. What the fuck, man? It's true. I'm not bullshitting you. No one has even come the tiniest bit close, and you're not going to. Sonic Forces. You know what? That's the closest answer so far, legitimately. Pariah's brain wired differently? Not really. I can recognize things pretty well. Sonic does his taxes. Yes, Sweet, that's it. You got it. That's the problem with Sonic Forces' story. Sonic's friends? No. Sonic sucks? Well, according to many people, yes. Tone and consistency. I mean, well, that's a problem, but that's not the core problem why I think Force's story just cannot work. Wait, is it one word or one sentence? Okay, I'll give this to you too, because you're still not going to be able to guess it. It is 2 words. Sonic Superstars. Yeah, that's it. That's the reason the Forces is bad. You get it, Let It Brothers? Let's hear it. Let's hear the theory. Supersonic, no. Sloppy scenarios, no. Y'all just gotta stop. We just gotta go to a different topic. You're never gonna get it. Yes, Let It Brothers. That's it. Any good media that parodies Sonic well? Spark the Electric Jester? I guess. See, I would say if you want good things that are like Sonic, you should look at the things that Sonic parodies instead. Y'all are getting so off here. It's 2 words. The first letter is S, and the last letter is S. Sonic Gens? We're talking about the story specifically. Generations has nothing to do with the problems of the story of Forces. Serious syphilis? That's the problem. Sonic contracted syphilis throughout the events of the story. They just never mention it. It's in the original script if you read it. What is the first letter of the second word? I'm not going to give you that. That's too much of a hint. I want you to not know, so that way it could be a big thing when I do the video. Sweet, I don't know what that word is. Is that a word? That looks like German. What's my least favorite Sonic game that I still come back to from time to time? CD, probably. That's how Wolfenstein enemies greet you. Never played any of the Wolfenstein games. What's my favorite Sonic running animation? Well, when we say running animation, I assume you mean, like, in-game, you know, running loop, right? Because I could say, like, the CD intro, but that's kind of cheating, right? In-game running animation. Yeah, you know, I'd probably honestly go with the original, the just good old-fashioned wheel legs. I think that looks great, and I think it's very Sonic. Well, Mania's running animation is just the same as the old running animation. The CD figure 8, well, if we're talking in-game, the figure 8, I think, could look better. The Blast Run? The Blast Run is hideous, like everything in that game. You're talking about, like, the Fast Run suite in Mania? That looks pretty good, but I actually... I think I prefer just, like, normal circle legs, just going really fast to that. Do I prefer Sonic having his arms forward when he runs, or Naruto running? I think I actually prefer him having his arms, like, tucked forward, like he does in the classic games. But the arms behind is good, too. It's just that it's kind of, like, turned into a cliche because of things like Naruto, whereas the arms forward is, like, unique to Sonic. Have I seen the Wolverine leak? What Wolverine leak? Isn't there you talking about the Wolverine video game that somebody is making? I probably don't give a shit about that. Yeah, sweet. It makes sense, I think, that, like, when he's running at lower speeds, he has the arms forward, and then when he's running really fast, he has the arms back. Because I always interpreted the idea that, like, he's running so fast that he can't keep his arms forward, so he just lets them fly back, right? That's what I figure they're going for. What is my favorite 2D Sonic fan game? Probably after the sequel, but keep in mind I have yet to play Triple Trouble, 16-bit, or Fallen Star, so it would likely be one of those, I assume, based on the reputation. SA2's running animation, I think, looks pretty good. You know what has a really bad running animation? Heroes. Sonic's running animation in that is fucking terrible. Like, he doesn't do anything. He's just, like, running, and it looks so bad. Yeah, qualms with both level designs. Sweet. Okay, we'll see. You think Fallen Star is mid? Can't say. I haven't played it for myself. When's the lore video remake? Soon. I still have it. I'm working on it. It'll happen when it happens. Why doesn't Sonic put his arms back in Heroes? I don't know. That's just the animation they made. It's weird. You think we've had enough 2D Sonic games? Noon? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. I think we've had enough traditional 2D classic Sonic games. Between fan games and official games and Mania and Superstars, we've had so much of just basic 2D Sonic. I'm pretty done with that at this point. I want to see new things from 2D Sonic. It's time we give classic Sonic a gun. Yes, that's the direction, for sure. Such as... Well, I think evolving Sonic gameplay would be nice, like the advanced games we're doing, with extra mechanics and abilities and stuff like that. Also, you could do some more experimental things, like a Sonic Metroidvania. I'd love to see that. That'd be awesome. Things like that. Looks like someone likes the Unleash video. You talking at me? I've never watched a video by Unleash. Like I've said before, I don't really watch other Sonic YouTubers. Eric Amaya, give him a new ability or a different kind of level layout. Not just a new ability. Like, I mean lots of new abilities. Like, tons of new mechanics. Like, really overhaul classic Sonic. Like, you know, progress it forward. Bring it up to the modern day. Like, I'd say the closest thing I would compare it to is Freedom Planet 2. But, you know, without the combat emphasis, just more platforming abilities and stuff. Do I think Sonic R is an underrated gem? Well, I have fun with the game. I don't really know what its reputation is. I assume people don't like it because it kind of sucks. But, I think there's fun to be had in Sonic R. Like Sonic Momentum? Well, like I said, without combat. I am not one for combat in Sonic R. That's certainly true, Erico Christie. They gotta do something about the bosses. That's for fucking sure. What do I think of Forces Overclocked? The levels are pretty good. Definitely a good improvement over Forces. The story is pretty terrible, unfortunately. But not too surprising. Any plans for a face reveal? What do you mean, Chris Delgado? You can see my face right there. You think that's a mask? Yeah, Erico Christie. I was thinking of something like... I mean, I like how Colors does it, honestly. Like, the Red Rings, like, you get enough collectibles, and then that gives you the Chaos Emerald, or gives you access to the Chaos Emerald or something. Something like that, I think, does a good job of, getting you to explore the level and take all the different routes. Is Forces Overclocked worth getting the real Forces? I would say yes, if it's, like, severely discounted. If you can get Forces for, like, $6, then sure. Yeah, something like that sweet you could do, potentially. There's a lot of options on how you could approach things. Here's an idea. There's a spoiler for, like, people have been asking me to do a video about, like, you know, my ideal Sonic game. Here's an idea I had that I thought would be cool. What if we had collectibles that were kind of like red rings, that were spread throughout the levels, but they were, like, tiered, so for argument, we'll say that they're bronze, silver, and gold medals, and they're spread throughout the levels, but the different tier of medal is at different elevations. So the gold medals are at the top of the level, the silver medals are at the middle of the level, and the bronze medals are at the bottom roots of the level. And we make it so that after a certain amount of time, the medals become uncollectible, like they hollow out, so you can't get them anymore. So, in order to collect all the medals, you have to play through the level quickly, learn to time attack, learn the fast routes and everything, learn how to play well, and then get all the medals and get to the end of the level within a time limit, and then you know, collect them all. And then that gives you the option to time attack the top routes, the middle routes, and the bottom routes, and, you know, master the whole level instead of just the fastest path. That could be an interesting idea, right? I think. It could be way too many collectibles, certainly. Depends on the size of the levels, I suppose. Just an idea I had. I don't know if it would actually be any good. A lot of people say I sound like Rob Paulson. I don't know. I've never heard Rob Paulson just, like, talk. I've only ever heard his characters. Do I sound like him? You tell me. Erico Christie, I agree. I sound like Carl from Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, a lot of people say I sound like Raphael. Or Yakko Warner. I kind of hear it a little bit with Yakko Warner. Not really, Limbless Vector. We've already finished playing everything. Now we're just hanging out, just chatting for a bit. I sound like Pariah, some YouTuber you watch. That guy sounds like an asshole. Yeah, Noon. There is some potential in the design of Frontiers as a collectathon. I would love to see a Sonic collectathon, like a real one. I guess, Dream Team is kind of that, but I mean like a Banjo-style one, where it's just a big playground level, and you just go around. How do I talk without a mouth? Well, I'm not, like, talking in the way that humans talk. It's like a manipulation of celestial energy to produce sound waves. You wouldn't understand. Am I not human? Well, you can see me right there in the picture. You heard someone say that Banjo-Kazooie sucked because it was slow and boring? I mean, Banjo-Kazooie isn't, like, an amazing game from, like, a gameplay perspective, but it's, you know, it's a nice, chill experience, nice music, it's very charming. You know, it's not the kind of game that you play for the gameplay, necessarily. It's just a pleasant experience to go through. Bro's fifth dimensional. Only 5? Very, very small-minded of you. I exist in, an 11-dimensional world. I am a being of string theory. Yeah, Mario 64, I prefer Banjo due to the, open-ended nature of it rather than the mission-based design of Mario 64, but Mario 64 has the movement over it, for sure. Because Mario is just fun to jump around in that game. I definitely timed that ad. I didn't. It's all just automatically set. Sorry if you missed a joke. How do I think multiple characters should be handled in future open zone games? I think you should be able to just swap between them when you feel like it. Either, like, on the fly with the D-pad or something, or have, like, character swap points that you go to. Kind of like fucking the barrels in DK64. But I really think the best option would just be swap on the fly. Kind of Hero style. Think of it that way. That's actually something I was thinking that could work well for, like, a Metroidvania-type Sonic game. Like, if it was, you're playing as Sonic, and then you unlock Tails, and now you can use Flight to get up to areas you couldn't before, and then you play through the game more, and you find Knuckles, and now you can break rocks and dig into new areas and stuff like that. Like, there's so much potential for a Sonic Metroidvania, I think. How would I feel about Sonic games that played, like, the EA Skate series? I've never played Skate, so I can't say for sure. But those do seem like interesting physics-based games. I want to give them a try. What's the one to play? If I'm only going to play one Skate, what would it be? 2 or 3? I always hear it's one of those two. What platformer do I think has the best movement? I mean, that's a big question. There's a lot of 2D platformers out there. I would say one of the most fun 2D platformers in terms of movement is Dust Force. Very cool movement in that game. You can wall run, you can ceiling run, there's momentum, it's got an air dash, you can reset your air dash or double jump by killing enemies, you can extend your jumps by attacking enemies, your momentum carries into wall running and ceiling running and everything. It's cool. Skate 3. Okay. I will look into it, because I'm interested in just Skate in general. What's the best Tony Hawk game? I've only played 1 plus 2 and 3. Those are the only Tony Hawk games I've played. So with that very limited knowledge, I would say 1 plus 2. I love that game. It was really... It's not eye-opening to me, but it was just like a reminder of how little interested I am in, like, AAA modern video games, because it's like, oh, all these things coming out, whatever. I don't even know what's coming out at the time. And I'm like, bro, I'd rather play this fucking PlayStation 1 game about skateboarding, and I did, and it was so much fun. What's the best form of Emerald in Sonic? You mean like the shape of it? I think the Diamond Cut is probably the best look. Saying the M word on stream? Is momentum a dirty word? Can I not just say momentum? I have a PlayStation 5? No, I don't. Literally the only game on PS5 that I want to play is the Demon's Souls remake, which I've already played the original, so I'm not dying to play it or anything. Would I buy Sonic Emerald candies? No. Yeah, Pato. And the occasional AAA game here and there, like Hi-Fi Rush was a really cool game. I'm kind of interested in that new 2D Prince of Persia game. It looks kind of cool. I might want to get that. Or Alan Wake 2, that's a game I want to play. They're very rarely, when there are, good developers that know what they're doing and have a vision for a real video game, I will play a AAA game. Is Hi-Fi Rush not AAA? It's Tango Gameworks. It's an Xbox-published game. That seems pretty AAA to me, no? It's extremely polished. It's long. It's great. I don't know. Well, to be fair, Sweet, all games of all time have always been samey, but in the 2010s, it definitely kicked into overdrive. You know what I miss, Sweet, talking about, like, the 2000s era of gaming? I miss back when there were a lot of different online multiplayer games to play. Now there's, like, 6 that have, like, living player bases, and then anything else that comes out is dead and unplayable online. Because now we have all these super games like Fortnite and Apex and Warzone, and that just scoops up all of the multiplayer, and then there's no player bases for any other games out there. And there's so many cool, like, indie or, like, triple or, like, middle-sized multiplayer games that come out, and I'm like, dude, that's cool, and there's no one playing anything. You just can't find matches. The Finals, that's a game I want to check out. That game looks fun. Yeah, maybe we should start using AAA as a slur. You're not wrong about that, Space Cowboy. AAA games mean games that are, like, market focus tested, you know, market researched, everything like that. That's a AAA game's junk. Thank God for indies. Agreed. You know, I'm seeing a lot of talk these days about, like, the unsustainability of AAA games and how it's the death and games aren't selling as well, and devs are being, like, pushed to make all this crap that they don't want to make and everything. And people are like, oh, it's the tipping point for games, and I'm like, I'm just over here playing indie games, and I'm having a fantastic time. I am completely dodging this disaster going on. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. In fact, I would love if, like, the modern AAA scene died horribly. Oh yeah, I saw Arlo's video on it. Yeah, it was really good, talking about that stuff. Yeah, imagine if the AAA game scene died. Then what are the big games that gets marketed and that people are playing? Who knows? It would be interesting. It would just be the good games that rise to the top. Stuff like Hades or Hollow Knight, you know, just the games that everyone plays and is like, yo, this fucking game. Fuck, you know, like Lethal Company is like the new big trendy game, and I played it. It's a shit ton of fun. I'm having more fun with Lethal Company than I ever would if I played fucking Spider-Man 2 or whatever. Guaranteed. I don't even want necessarily that sweet. I want interesting games. I want good games. I want unique games. I want cool games. It doesn't have to have movement or combat or shooting. It could be something different that I've never played before. I'd be really excited for something like that. But, you know, every AAA game is like a third-person shooter, looter, brawler, narrative, whatever, resource management. They're all the same game. They need to appeal specifically to your escapist fantasy suite and nobody else's. Yeah, Lethal Company is so much fun. It's ridiculous, because that game has, like, nothing to it, but it's so fucking fun. How scary is Lethal Company to me? Not really at all. It's funny more than anything. Triple C, they have those games. They're farming sims. That's a genre for some reason. I don't get it. I don't see the appeal. I don't understand doing chores as a game, but people like it. Oh, Dear Mink X, I'm with you there. Fucking celebrities in video games do not give a fuck. That is just AAA devs and publishers wasting budget on nothing. What do I think of bullet hells? I'm not a shmup guy. Just not my kind of games. What would I like to see in a fan-made Sonic RPG? An interesting take on combat that's not just like typical turn-based, you know, old-school Final Fantasy-esque combat. Make something that feels appropriately Sonic, but still, you know, feels like RPG combat. Female gamers like those casual task-to-task games? I don't know. I'm completely ignorant of the world of, like, cozy games or what kind of people like them or anything. I don't personally play games to relax. I play games for action. But I know a lot of people like games as a relaxing hobby, so that makes sense. What genre do I think a Sonic Mario crossover game should be? An RPG. Guessing I'm not a Kirby fan? No, I love Kirby. Kirby, those are totally action games. What you on about? They're easy, but they're action games, for sure. You play games because you get enjoyment out of wanting to tear your hair out? Hey, whatever works, whatever floats your boat, Erico Christie. Yeah, WeeGB, kinda. Something along those lines. Yeah, Mario RPGs incorporating, you know, jumping and timing and stuff. Yeah, something like that. Sweet, you are 100% correct. I want Super Mario Bros. Z as an RPG. Basically that exactly. I played Mario Kart 8. Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Mario Kart, right? Mario Mandate won't let it happen. I mean, Sonic mandates, too. Both series are too overprotected. We would literally need to go back to the 2000s for both franchises. Back when both Mario and Sonic were allowed to have, you know, those kinds of stories and epicness going on. At least in their spin-offs. Mario can still do that in the main games, for some reason. Yeah, I don't have Switch Online right now either. But I want to check out the Mario Kart 8 booster courses, because I haven't checked out any of them yet. But now that they're all out, it's basically like a whole new Mario Kart game, right? Yeah, Thousand Year Door remake soon. I'm looking forward to that. Sonic and Mario platformer? Honestly, I'd rather an RPG, because I think the appeal of a Mario and Sonic crossover is having the characters interact with each other, right? So, an RPG is the best way to do it. You know, like a Paper Mario style thing, where you can have lots of dialogue and character interactions and, like, a cool epic story with some soul to it. That's appropriate for both Sonic and Mario RPGs. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to talk about this in a video. Chronicles was not decent in its story, I don't think. I mean, there's very little to it. Sonic needs to be as popular as Mario for a crossover to happen? I mean, crossovers have been happening for the past, like, 15 years. But it just has the Olympics shit for no reason. When can you expect a TF2 stream? I don't know. When I get back into TF2? Sweet, that's probably what it would be, unfortunately. A real one? I mean, they could just do it. They could just make a real one. If Mario can have a fucking crossover with the goddamn Rabbids, Mario can have a crossover with Sonic. I don't actually know the story of the development of Chronicles. Is there interesting stuff there? Maybe I should look into it. I mean, letter S. That's always been the case. Nintendo does a lot of mute protagonists in their things. Mario, Pokemon, Kirby, obviously Zelda. Are you a mute protagonist in Xenoblade? I think you are, right? In most of the games. Fire Emblem, most of the games, you're a mute protagonist. Nintendo just does not like their protagonist talking. Oh, Xenoblade protag speak? Okay. I didn't know that. I've never played a Xenoblade game. Alright, dudes. I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you found the Sonic Colors DX showcase cool. That game's fun. I recommend playing it if you've not played it, even if you don't like colors. It's a good game. I don't understand why people don't like it. And Forces Overclocked? The levels are pretty good. Shame about that story. Please skip the cutscenes if you're going to play it for yourself. Apologies to the devs, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks, dudes, for hanging out. I'll see you around. Happy holidays, everybody.